Good morning, how are you all? Welcome to Sewing Street with me, Vicki Carroll, with you till 11 o'clock. We've got loads coming up today. Lots of brand new products actually, which is exciting. We're very, very exciting. I'm trying to be subtle, but we've got a very exciting book that's coming up. Today is going to be glorious. It's so warm, isn't it? I don't know about anybody else, but it's just, I'm getting hot now. It is just, I'm getting I am not getting fed up with this weather because I absolutely love it. But you know, when you're trying to do day-to-day, everyday things and you're like, it's just too hot. I'm having that right now. It's very warm in here. Trying to just talk to you and I'm very warm. Anyway, please will you get in touch with us today? Help me out. I'm going to need your help this morning because we've just said, Joe's just said, I feel really strange this morning. I wonder if there's a storm brewing, Hannah. I think there might be tomorrow, you know. I did see on the weather forecast there's rain due tomorrow. So I think that's why I'm feeling stormy behind the eyes. We always blame the storm, don't we, Hannah? Right. We've got a brand new email address. You can message the studio. You can directly talk to Hannah about the storm. We can talk about the weather. Oh my word, I was watching the other day. It's studio@sewingstreet.com, by the way. Sorry, studio@sewingstreet.com. I'm just in one of those moods where I'm just going to keep talking about things that I'm got going on in my head. I was watching Play Your Cards Right with Alan Carr the other night. Have you watched it? It was so good. But did you hear them say how many people, we did a survey of 100 people who say, I enjoy talking about the weather. And they said, right, how many people actually, you know, enjoy talking about the weather? We all talk about it, but who actually enjoy it? I think it was about 37% of people actually enjoy it. I'm in that percentage. How many people enjoy talking about hay fever at the moment? Hannah does. I don't. Kieran really suffers with hay fever and it's starting to annoy me now. How funny. Him breathing. It's got to that point in the lockdown, hasn't it? Anyway, should we start with the early bird? Yes. Let's start. These are brand new, gorgeous fat quarters. And today, they are so affordable. Special price, early bird special at £6.99. You're getting 4 beautiful floral fat quarters, which actually, I think, dare I say it, are a bit Liberty-esque. Look at this one. Oh, they're beautiful. Can I take them out of the beautiful ribbon so you can see what you're getting for your money? Because at £1, what's the price per fat quarter? £1.74 a fat quarter. It's a lot of fabric, isn't it? They're lovely, lightweight as well. They're really nice and they've never been seen before. Brand new today for £6.99. That is your early bird special price. The quality and the colour is just so pretty, isn't it? Lots that you're going to be able to make with a fat quarter. Those of you that have got Wendy Gardner's book, the fat quarter makes for home or gifts one. There's so much that you can do with a fat quarter. I like that. A real fancy trim on some nice white pillows, on some bedding. Or how about just, if you're a dressmaker, just showing a little bit of a glimpse on a cuff or on a pocket. Or on a cuff, they'd look beautiful, or on a collar or a sleeve, they look beautiful. So that's not the only one you're getting. Let me show you the others. The navy blue vine, this is nice. I like the fact that there's a contrast of light backgrounds and dark backgrounds. I am one for quite a deep, dramatic, dark background. They all work really, really nicely together, but actually, you've got some great choice here, haven't you, for your stash? £6.99 for all 4 of your fat quarters. We're bringing the sort of, you know, the festivals and the exhibitions that we love to go to as crafters. We're kind of bringing them to your living room right now. Those stalls where you see less than £2 a fat quarter are always chaos. You know, the ones where you have to go in with a high-vis jacket and a whistle. Yeah, like in Friends when they're trying to get their wedding dresses. It's always chaos, isn't it? Trying to get your fat quarters for less than £2. We've done it from the comfort of your own home, bright and early this morning. They are lightweight. They're a lightweight cotton and they're such beautiful quality. Maybe if you want to use them with an interfacing and you could do some lovely bag making, just be aware that they are slightly lighter weight. I think they're probably like a poplin weight. £6.99. This one is the one that I think is, dare I say it, very Liberty-esque. It is beautiful. It's the Dixie Floral, isn't it? Always going to be classic, always going to be popular. And it's £6.99. How amazing is that? I'm even thinking, you know, new projects, for anybody who's starting out sewing, you know, nice little scrunchies, hairbands. That'd be so pretty, wouldn't it? To do not nice little, or like one of those hairbands that you tie up at the front. They're so pretty. Hannah, you need scrunchies, don't you? Normal hairbands, I bet, just don't really work for you, do they? Because they don't cut it for Kieran either. He has to, my husband's got long curly hair like Hannah, and yeah, he can't just use normal little hairbands like mine. I don't know if he would appreciate a floral scrunchie though, but Hannah could definitely work a floral scrunchie. Look at this one. Oh, that's almost got like a bit of a batik feel. It's printed cotton, but can you see what I mean? It looks like it's been printed. Like by hand, it's beautiful. I love all the shapes in there. And I almost like that ombre of colour on the leaves. £6.99. You're in the same mood as me, Hannah. Hannah's just like talking random sort of stuff this morning. She's like, just had a flashback to my dream. Is it something that we can tell everybody at home as well? Go on. We were at work in your dream. Debbie was there. Debbie was doing what? She couldn't hear you when you were producing, okay? So in the dream, she was sitting on the corner of the desk and shouting instructions. By all means, come down, sit on the front of the desk, Hannah. We need to get Hannah involved. When we're allowed to do, you know, more than two of us here in the studio, or two of us here in the studio, then we'll do that. We'll get Hannah on. We'll have to try and control her excitement. They're beautiful. They are beautiful together. All for fat quarters in your early bird, special price at just £6.99. If you love an early bird, if you set your alarm every morning at 8 o'clock to get these reduced pieces, you're going to love our 10 o'clock hour. We've been asking to do this for quite some time. I don't know if I've actually told you this on air or whether this was just one of our many voice notes. I think we've had secret discussions about it, haven't we, Han? Saying, right, you know how I've noticed some of the early birds have been back on the website? Basically, it is supposed to be, and it is for one day only. The early bird is a one day only special. But some of them have sort of been left on the website and we've noticed it. So I've been telling you when I have. But we did say to Hayley, look, can Hannah and I, once a month, do a roundup and do early bird specials? Just because it is somebody's job to have to take them physically off the website every day. And at the moment, when we're such a small team, we're quite stretched, as you can imagine. Our Haleys, both Haleys who work on our website, are always so busy doing everything. So we said to them, look, instead of you having to worry so much, yeah, they might not all be there. Loads of them have been selling out during the early bird special. It's still only while stocks last, so I would still take advantage of your early bird. But then, if you missed any mornings, if you did maybe snooze past your alarm, don't worry. It happens. It happened to me this morning. It happened to Hannah this morning as well. But anyway, yeah, we're going to do an early bird special show every month, once a month, fingers crossed. We've actually had a couple that we've begged for them to reorder, and we're going to honour the early bird special price, one of which be the Hessian Fat Quarter Pack, which I hadn't seen it before. I saw it on the telly, and we've asked to reorder it. Very exciting for that. If you have a look on our web shop, by the way, lots of eagle eyes have already started checking out on the modern patchwork book. It's beautiful. It's on the website. I wonder if that's you, actually, Hannah. We've seen a few people checking out. I think that's Hannah's checking out. She said, I saw this book on Instagram and she wanted it. She said, I didn't even tell the buying team. I didn't tell Paul to get this in. They just knew. Is it called telepathically? Telepathically knew how good this book is. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to quickly give you a heads up on it, and we're going to bring it to you and have a good look through it in the second half of this hour. So after hour, stay tuned for that. But if you do go onto our website, www.sewingstreet.com, you can already reserve your place, get hold of it nice and early. Everything. Oh, hang on, Joe, go. No, we're not doing it yet. There you go. Little sneaky from Joe. Thermalan, Thermalan. Right, what we are going to do is we're going to bring the graphics in for this now. It's for the second hour. We've got a brand new guest today. We've got lovely Katharine coming in. Well, not coming in actually. She's already done her video, and we're going to be playing it to you in the 9 o'clock hour. It's the first time that we've offered you Thermalan. It looks just like a nice fluffy white screen. It's a sew-in fleece. It's a compressed fleece. So it's a really great way of sort of insulating both hot and cold. It's not got the metal fibre running through it, but if you are using it for pot holders, you can use 2 layers of this. It is a big piece that you're getting as well. I've got that folded in half, maybe 2 layers if you're making an ironing pad or something like that. £5.99, that's your Thermalan. I'll tell you a bit more about it, or if you want to get in touch with us, now you can message the studio. How do you use Thermalan? Or if you've got the book or seen the book before, message in. I also want to know if you've ever done rag quilting with denim, or if ever you've done quilting with denim. I want to know your tips. Message in. Just want interaction today. Now we've got the email, and Hannah's logged into it this morning. We want your interaction, especially now more than ever. Even if you're not buying with us today, please just come say hello. Come say hello. It's studio@sewingstreet.com. Studio@sewingstreet.com. Send in your emails to us. Come say hello. It will go straight through to my producer, Hannah, who's sitting upstairs, and she can send out any messages to me here in the studio. So I just mentioned there rag quilting. Now, when I'm talking about denim normally, I'm virtually solely always talking to dressmakers, and actually I want to sort of open up the threshold and the floodgates to all other sort of skills and crafts. If you're a dressmaker, absolutely, there's these denims I just love for dressmaking, for bag making as well, but also for quilting. Now, I don't think we've talked about this on air before, but if you have a look on Pinterest, if you have a look online, there's such an amazing sort of array of ideas on there, and we've been talking lots about sort of upcycling. Maybe you've got an old pair of jeans. I have got 2 pairs of jeans that since the lockdown no longer fit me, and I want to have a go at doing this, mixing in some of our cool denims that we've got today. I haven't got enough to make a quilt because the jeans are only little, I can't fit in them anymore, so I'm definitely going to be looking at that. But I love the way that with denim you get that fray, don't you? So if you think about your traditional patchwork with quilting cotton, and your seams are on the inside or on the, you know, the reverse of your patchwork, if you turn that over and have your seams as the outside, you get this incredible fray. It looks awesome. They were all found on Pinterest, so there's lots on there. They're all beautiful examples. Even just the simple squares, just simple patching. Denim rag quilting, I love the fact that, you know, you don't have to be the most precise at cutting. You don't have to be the most precise at your seam allowance. It gives us a bit of freedom to just go a bit wild and have a bit of go with colours and creativity. So we've got 2 plain denims, and then we've got some that are quite fun, actually. Which one do you want to do first? Let's go for the dark one. I'll show you them both next to each other so you can see. But I'm just thinking, I really like the idea of, yes, sustainability and taking something that you've already got in your wardrobe and making it into something different. And mixing in, though, I don't have enough pair of old denim jeans to be able to do a quilt. So if you do want to be able to add different colours and different textures, then absolutely make the most of this. So we're going to start with the medium blue, this darker blue, which, yes, dressmakers, absolutely, you know, 8-ounce denim's going to make beautiful pinafores, dresses, jeans, bags, all sorts. But I wanted to look at it in a different way. I know we've got a lot of quilters that watch us, and because of the price, I would definitely make the most of it because it's extra wide. It's 140 wide, 8-ounce denim. So that's the one side. The reverse of it looks like this. So you could use both, couldn't you? You could mix and match it in and use both. This and the lighter one, you've almost got like your 3 colours to do tumbling blocks, haven't you? £4.99 a half metre for your 8-ounce. Now this is medium to heavyweight wash denim. So it doesn't have any elastane in it. It's got a natural stretch that's on the bias, so just so you are aware, if you do want to use, if you are concerned about that, just put a lightweight interfacing on the back. I don't think you need to, but we've had a look at a few tips though. If you are quilting with denim, obviously you probably need to use a denim needle. You want a heavy duty needle. We are working with sort of heavier weights than your quilting cottons. So it's just a few things to be aware of. Changing your needle, cleaning your machine. You probably get it quite a bit sort of more lint than you would expect. We're all guilty of it, aren't we? Don't clean our machine more anywhere near enough as we should do. With the rag quilting, we'll show you the picture again. You can see you've got the seams on the outside, and then they've cut into them to make them to fray more. But if I go over to the next slide, you can actually still do some really amazing, I love that, traditional quilting. So if you do want to do, working with denim, just remember it is heavier weight, therefore, when you're getting a lot of seams, it can be quite bulky. So, tip, press your seams open. If you're pressing your seams like you normally would to the side, sewing through, and you are going to have quite a lot of bulk. So if you do want to reduce that, press your seams open. It's a good tip. But also, as I say, use a denim needle. If you are doing a big quilt, replace your needle in your sewing machine as well, quite frequently, more often, because it might bend, basically. Just be aware of that. It's £4.99. I just think it's something new to try, and I think especially if you've got, as well as getting half a metre of this, half a metre maybe of the light blue, and then incorporating some of an old denim jacket or an old pair of denim jeans that you've got. That'd be really, really cool. And you could also even incorporate some added stitching, maybe like your sashko or your borrow. So just doing some hand embroidery on it as well. There's so much that you can do. Maybe start with rag quilting, getting used to the heavier weight in your machine and using the different fabrics. And then play around. Have a look on Pinterest. As I say, there's so many amazing pictures on there, lots of great inspiration. That is a lot of fabric for your money. That is a lot of fabric. Can I just show you, in fact, whilst I've got you there, how wide this is? That is a lot of denim for your money. Let's have a go at something new for less than £5, especially if you are a patchwork or quilter already. It's something different to just sort of have a bit of a play around with. Or if you've never done patchwork before, even though it's heavier weight, it still might be a good place to start, because as I said, with the rag quilting, it's an affordable way that you don't need to worry as much about, especially in the rag quilting, being as precise with your cutting or your seam allowance. Is a more forgiving way, isn't it? £4.99 for your half metre. Let me show you the rag quilting. If you do want any tips, we're having a look, and Pinterest is a great place. Online is brilliant to be able to have a look at all different things that you can do. I'm really liking the little cushion. Just 9 patches, 9 patch block. Brilliant, I love it. Great place to start. Let's do the lighter colour as well. Of course, dressmakers and bag makers. I'm always going to talk to you when we're talking about denim, because that's what we think of, isn't it? They're going to make lovely pinafores or dungarees or little dresses, jeans, all sorts. Okay, £4.99. This is an 8-ounce medium heavyweight wash denim. Hello, thank you for messaging in. Who's that? Sorry, Kerry. Hi, Kerry. Kerry's used the email. Thank you for getting in touch with us. Firstly, I'm really enjoying the show each day. Thank you, Kerry. Can we do a dressmaking demo? Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be doing a dressmaking demo tomorrow, in fact. It's Jenny McCreary tomorrow. What time is that going to be? 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're going to do dressmaking with Jenny McCreary. She's brilliant. She's a fantastic teacher. What is it that she's making, do you know? Trousers. She's making trousers. Quite good, isn't it? I think, do you know what? I need a lot of tips of making trousers. I think there's a lot more sort of parts to it, and measuring, correctly and things like that. £4.99 for your denim. Oh, Kerry, I'm excited for you. Is it something that you've done before, or is it something that you are new to? Good place to start, isn't it? Because these, of course, can be dressmaking fabrics, absolutely. We never talk about quilting with denim, so that's why I thought I'd do something different today. But home interiors as well, these are going to be brilliant. See, there's lots of, I must say, to anybody that has found us over the last few weeks, we are, of course, planning, and the plan was, before all of the craziness sort of started, to have demos all the time, like all week, we would have demonstrations going on with experts coming in, giving you tips and making things on the show. So that will be happening. That will be happening at the moment. Thanks to the power of technology, we're able to do some demos. It's just getting everybody together and being able to do, you know, some demos, which is exciting. But we will be doing it more and more. Right, are you ready for a brand new one? Now, this is a brand new denim. These are already selling. Again, you can do the techniques. Oh, look at that. Do the same technique. Or, I'm thinking a little girl's dress or dungarees would be lovely. How about having these as a little bag? I'm thinking like a little rucksack. So cute, isn't it? And look, you've got almost like these little gold studs on there. Oh, gosh. I find this very, very nostalgic. I love it. I know, yeah, I had to say, I definitely had a backpack growing up like this. It's so gorgeous. Once again, it is gold hearts denim. Pardon, sorry. I don't know how to describe it. I can feel that it's a raised surface. It is raised, but they're not through to the other side. I'll show you the reverse. It's a slightly lighter than Ain Town, so I think this is really, really nice for children's wear. That would be really, really nice for children's wear, but it is like, can you see it's just slightly raised? It's really cute, I love that. Just £5.99. They're already selling on air, already selling off air, sorry, on the web shop. Well, I don't know if you'd already bought half a metre or a metre. It's wide as well, it's 140 wide, 150 wide. It's really lovely. That's a lot of fabric, isn't it? Just half a metre. But now is your chance to buy multiple units and we will cut it off the bolt especially for you to whatever size you want. So if you are thinking of larger projects or lots of projects. I used to always have matching clothes with my sister. Does anybody else like to have, you know, siblings, all different ages? Oh, did you? Even Kat and Joe used to have, you know, matching bits and bobs. That's cute. Yeah, not necessarily exactly the same clothes because, yeah, they were brother and sister. But they used to have complementing cute clothes. Oh, I love that. I used to always be dressed the same. But then, do you know also, you have almost a dress that I remember having, I told you this before, a pair of dungarees called Joe. It was, how random is that? So Joe was just my dungarees, but it used to be my friend. I don't know why. It's so strange. Used to have like I feel like I used to have like a dinosaur. My mum will be watching. Mum, email studio@sewingstudio.com and please will you just message Hannah more about my dungarees called Joe. But I remember being so upset when I grew out of my dungarees. So great idea to be able to make, you know, different sizes for children as well of different ages. You used to worry about me, didn't you, Hannah? Still do. Love that. Just £5.99 for your gold hearts on denim. I'll put a picture up of my dungarees. Bags as well, absolutely. That would be really, really lovely for a bag. Okay, let's do the stars maybe. Oh, someone sent in a photograph. This is the great thing now. We've got the email. You can send in photos as well. You can send in photos. Okay. Right, this is the first slide that Hannah's put together. So someone sent in a picture. She's going to email it across to Joe and we'll show you in a bit. Okay, we can do the stars. Oh, I do love this one as well. And so, right, you've got the stars on the one side. It doesn't go all the way through to the reverse. Look at that. Cushions. What about even like storage bags or a purse? Because it is a denim. It's really lovely, you know, heavyweight. You still can do your quilting with it. Just be aware it's heavyweight. Just £5.99. It's great value for money, isn't it? And I do love those metallic gold stars. There's so many people who have already bought on the website. Brand new in today. Oh, you're putting the fan up a notch. Yes, please. Can you... Yeah, perfect, thank you. That looks so nice, doesn't it? Gold Dixie stars on denim. Even the really little cutesy little polka dots as well are gorgeous, aren't they? It's not my mum, is it, with a picture of my dungarees? It's a message from Louise. I was panicking there like, my mum's called Louise. My mum sent me an embarrassing picture of me and my dungarees. Let's see Louise's picture. Hello, Louise. Oh, nice. She says, I'm not on Facebook. So I'm pleased there's now a way to interact with the show. Yes, Louise, you can send in all your pictures to us. I've attached a couple of projects using denim. This is brilliant. Raw edge jacket. Hang on, can you see at the bottom? You've done the Sashko. You've done Sashko pockets. That's amazing, Louise. And I must say, this is really interesting, Louise, that you sent this in. I'm a great believer in fate. You've sent in this picture. We're all in sync today, aren't we? With a cathedral window on the bag. That would look amazing. We were looking on Pinterest, actually, and we saw the cathedral window on Pinterest, and we had a bit of an idea with the Alison glass. I can show you in a minute. Louise, thank you so, so much for sending in your pictures. And now you know how easy that is, Hannah. Please send in your pictures. The last slide as well. Oh, yeah, there you go. So that's what we found, Louise. You know how you can incorporate some of your quilting cutters, some of your patterns into that cathedral window, just like what you did on the bag, and adding colours as well. That's amazing, isn't it? Love it, love it, love it. And I like the fact that when you've folded your fabric back, you still get that fray. It's beautiful. And with it, you don't have to back it. Because obviously, what happens if you've done cathedral windows before, it's already sort of backed itself because you're doing it square by square. It's already got the backing in. We need to show it again on, it's a lot of folding, a lot of pressing, and it looks really, really impressive when it's done without actually that much sewing. It's really, really, really cool technique. I love it. Okay. Let's go to the flowers. It's like when you do isn't it? It's like when you do those, you know, those folding games where you do the, what do you call that? What do you call that? It dib sky blue. It's not that. It's not called that. Please will you email in studio@sewingstreet.com. What's one of those called? We all know what I mean. One of those games. Who will you marry? Oh no, your friend put a curse on you, didn't she, with that game? Hannah, was it there? I think you told me that one of your little neighbours or your friend when you were little did it and said, "Oh, you'll never find love" or something during that game. Oh, that was a psychic in LA. Oh, I don't know why I thought that was one of your friends. Oh no, I paid money for that reading. She's saying. Okay, right. Should we do another brand new assorted flowers on denim? This is a much lighter weight denim. So if you are working with this one and the other ones, I would absolutely use an interfacing on this. £4.99 is a lighter weight. It drapes beautifully. This again would be really lovely for a nice little skirt or a blouse. It'd be beautiful for a little girl's dress. Really nice to just add a little bit of this, with your quilting as well. £4.99 half metre. Let me show you how wide it is. You get loads of fabric and it does have a beautiful drape. You can see it's a lot lighter weight. The gold hearts on denim, by the way, is about to sell out. We're very singy today, aren't we, Joe? Joe's really sassy, singing all of the girl band songs. £4.99. Oh, brilliant. £4.99, a half metre of your assorted flowers on denim. Such beautiful, pretty colours, aren't they? Right, there's less than 10 metres of this now. There's less than 10 metres. I think that would make a nice big weekend bag. Oh, I hope everybody's getting on the denim bandwagon and we're going to be bringing back double denim, triple denim. Kieran still likes double denim, you know. Denim on denim. Denim jackets and denim jeans and denim caps, Hannah. That'd make a nice little hat, actually, wouldn't it? Summer hat, like a bucket hat. Lined with like an Alison glass colour. Could be reversible, couldn't it? Really into bucket hats at the minute, but Hannah's like, just doesn't suit me. I think it's because you've got a lot of hair, isn't it? It looks like it's attached to the hat. You remember those hats where you can buy all that long curly hair? Kieran said that to me. That's what he's going to do with his hair. One day when he cuts it all off, he will cut it, keep it, and sew it onto a hat so that then one day he can just keep it. Yeah, donate it to charity. Sew some of it onto a hat, just for fun. £4, 99.5 metre for your assorted flowers on denim. I'm so pleased we're all on board with the denim. Please let me know if you're doing any quilting, or if you've done any rag quilting or denim quilting before. I'd love to hear from you. Message the studio at studio@sewingstreet.com. Can you tell we're excited about this new email address that we've got? You can talk to Hannah in the gallery. Lois. Lois. Hi, Lois. Lois has messaged in. Dear Sewing Street, a big thank you to you and all of the team for lifting our spirits in these very strange times. Oh, thank you. I love to sew and have made all sorts of things since childhood. I think a lot of people find that, don't they? It's been truly wonderful to watch the programmes and learn about new and old methods. Pardon, sorry, such as what? Such cheerful and near knowledgeable presenters. Oh, thanks. Sorry, can you just repeat that again? Sorry. You kept us all sane with your friendly and easy access to the very best tools and equipment. Oh, thank you very much. She says, keep safe and well. And then she said, keep on trucking. Thanks, Lois. Thank you. Honestly, I must say, yeah, we're sort of keeping you sane. You're keeping us sane. Believe me, it means the world to us having all your messages in. We want to make the show as interactive as possible. We're just in this little studio here, Joe in the one room, Hannah in the other, and me down here on my own. So please, please, please do message in. We really, 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 really appreciate it. Thank you, Lois. And yeah, keep sewing, keep sewing, keep sewing. Loving the denims. Keep your eyes on those on the web because I've got a feeling they will sell out. Now, after seeing Louise's make earlier on with her jacket, she took a bit of inspiration from this amazing Japanese technique, and you can incorporate incredible stitches. Now, I must say, this book is absolutely brilliant. It's £11.99, which is, yeah, a lot lower than the RRP. It's normally $15.99. Sorry, Susan. But there's so many great ideas of how you can incorporate it with your denim onto dressmaking. But also, what I personally love about this book is the sort of the history and the extent of knowledge that Susan Briscoe has for this craft. It's absolutely brilliant. If you want to keep alive an incredible sort of Japanese ancient technique, sewing technique, traditionally used in farmers' workwear for mending. There's lots of great history in here, and of course Susan is such a fountain of knowledge on all things Sashiko. So of course she talks you through all the history of it, and then she'll talk you through what you're going to need, the different basic sort of tools and equipment and materials to get going, the different thread. It's a simple running stitch, the basic techniques, but how to sort of work from grids, how to draw out your grids, how to do the stitching, and then it goes into some great projects. So there's a lot of different projects ranging from cards to table runners to coasters and placemats to cushions, bags. There's so many. Oh, we love these, the curtains as well. There's so much that you can do, little bags, really achievable projects, and it's very, very addictive indeed. This is another favourite part of my book, of my book. Sorry, Susan, I don't know why I just said this is a favourite part of my book. All of a sudden, I have decided I've written a Sashiko book, the ultimate Sashiko book. Sorry, Susan. In this part, it breaks down all of these different patterns, and they all have different meanings. And she talks you through exactly the meaning behind them all. So she gives you the Japanese name, then the translation, and tells you more about that stitch. So I just love it. Using different colour threads as well, you can kind of see how it's all been stitched which I really love. Waves, in quilting we normally see that traditionally as clamshells, but in Japanese stitching it's something different. This is the, oh no, I'm not going to try and pronounce it actually. I'm going to go with waves. Fishing nets, crossbirds, there's so many really, the hemp leaf's really popular. In fact, was that the one that was on Louise's picture? There was a famous one, maybe it was a scattered hemp leaf. I think it was a variation of the hemp leaf that she did. The steps and weaves. We do have Sashiko needles and threads on our web shop. It's definitely worth, if you're purchasing the book, get yourself some needles, get yourself some thread and start stitching. Start stitching. We love that book. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just £11.99. It's a really in-depth sort of bumper guide, but if you do want a simple Sashiko book, there's 8 different patterns in here. It's one of those that maybe you dip your toe in, you have a go, and it doesn't go into as much detail into the history, but you've got some great simple projects. I really like the bags. It's quite contemporary looking actually. Once again, it just goes through your basic techniques. She'll tell you how to do your basic sort of stitching, and then there's some really lovely, great tote bags. And it isn't just talking about the stitching. She'll also talk to you how you finish the bag, how you do the straps, and how you line it, and all sorts like that. Greetings cards, nice. I think it's a good idea actually if you manage to get some of the denim, some of the plain denims, or if you've got some denim, it's traditionally on this indigo, this deep blue. It works really, really well. So if you did get any of the denim, absolutely have a go with this. How about just doing some really cool little coasters and placemats, table mats, maybe as gifts for somebody. Wall hangings, some nice contemporary designs in there, isn't there? Thank you all so much for sending in your photographs this morning. You're keeping our Hannah really busy. She's like, Vic, stop encouraging it. Oh, funny. She says, I promise, I love getting your photos. She's just having to email them and send them all through. I'm encouraging your photos because I'm really loving this. She says, I love seeing them. Don't try and backtrack now. Don't try and backtrack, Hannah. Oh, Sue, I love this. Sue, it's gorgeous. I like how you've mixed in your sort of cotton weight spots in there, and then you've also, by the looks of things, has that got some Sashiko in it as well? I like the zip in it. That is really cool. I wonder whether you've sort of upcycled things as well using a zip, and it reminds me of these on the sewing bee when they have to do the challenges where they're using different things to sort of recreate into something modern. That's a beautiful bag. Great idea, really great idea. And incorporating some of the bright colours would be lovely as well. Hello, Jane. Jane's messaged in. I love this channel. Just like that. Oh, gosh, do you like my hair? My hair, she says, first time I've seen you with your hair up. Yeah, it's one of those days today. Just quick hair up. It's hot. It's just really hot, so I just need it off my face. Thank you. She says I like it. I've been so inspired by all of you at Sewing Street. I've sewn my way through lockdown. Yes, that's what we like to hear. I've made lots of stuff from your demos. Brilliant. She says I'm not a quilter. Now tempted. Was a dressmaker. Although I have been doing a lot of work with recycled denim. Brilliant. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. You're great. Kind regards. Thank you. Please, will you keep all your pictures coming in? Send us all your messages, and so send in your pictures as you're making. Thank you very, very much. So the last slide that we saw was using this. It was the cathedral window block, which we saw Louise doing earlier, which is absolutely gorgeous. Now that's using denim and the rag quilting technique. We are going to do the cathedral window technique, hopefully on Sewing Street soon, because it's really cool, isn't it? It looks a lot trickier than it is. It's something that I think looks so impressive when it's done. And actually, it's built up of squares that are folded back on themselves to reveal that sort of square window in the centre. And I'm thinking, with your denim, how amazing would this collection look now? Oh, hello. We've got the whole shebang. We've got the whole mega bundle. In fact, no, I tell a lie. We've got the whole shebang in the mega bundle. A lot of these have sold out by the half metre. It was only launched on Friday for John's birthday. How lovely was John's birthday, by the way? It was such an amazing show. And he shared his cake with me. It was so good, wasn't it? Oh, it's delicious. Right, so your whole Alison Glass mega bundle is £167.49. And that consists of all of these half metres. I'm going to split it into sections so you can see slightly clearer on the camera. All of them are absolutely beautiful. 12 metres of Alison Glass gorgeousness. The Sun Prince mega bundle is always going to be, of course, very, very popular with all of the rainbow theme that we've got going on at the minute. But also, what a great stash builder to be able to have all these brights. Those of you that collect Alison Glass fabrics, you'll already know that her patterns just complement and her colours complement each other beautifully. Quite often she'll do, well, she works quite often with Macawa, which is Andover, American name Andover, but they're both the same company. And anyway, she designs a lot of fabrics for them, and quite often you'll see reoccurring colours or reoccurring prints, mixing them in. So if you do like to stick with a designer, you know that they're always sort of going to work together. It's beautiful. It really is gorgeous quality. I know so many people that only buy Macawa fabrics, quilting cottons, or Andover quilting cottons. They are stunning quality. They are your quilting weight cotton, £167.49. Sorry, Joe. He's getting annoyed at me. He's running round. He's made himself at home though. He's taken his shoes off.
I'm so hot.
You're too hot for shoes? Oh, I'm sorry. Can't you blow the air conditioning unit into your gallery? It's quite loud. It's very loud. Okay. Right. Sorry, Joe. You're just going to have to melt then. Okay. Yeah, let me go through. So we'll start with... Should we start with the ones with the crosses in or the patterns? I'll start with these. Right, I'm going to have to read the code out for Joe. It's OFWU28. Which is this beautiful bright pink. Oh, I do love the detail on this. Yeah, there it is, £6.99. So you've got like your clubs and hearts and spades and diamonds. You've got horseshoe, you've got butterflies, you've got strawberries. How amazing is this? You've got painting brushes. You've got houses on it. You've got the moon, you've got scissors. You've got like a really cool lighthouse. You've got an eagle, a star. That is like the most amazing doodle print, embroidery strawberry. I'm thinking, hang on, why don't you fill these pictures with embroidery stitches? I'm just going to move it around so you can see. Look at the ship, your compass. You've even got like a seahorse on there, an apple, a star, a cupcake, a butterfly, a thimble, a key, an eye, strawberry, a plane, horseshoe, flowers. You could just pick a keyhole. There's literally elements that you could just, let me turn this round. You could just pick out, and they're all different. Is that poppy? Strawberry, a thistle, the ace of spades, pencil, aeroplane, clouds and sun, a thimble, a cupcake again, a starfish. There's loads on there to get stitching with. Just £6.99 for your Sun Prince embroidery. It's absolutely beautiful. Right, I'm going to show you all the ones in this style. So we've now got purple up next. So the purple, Joe, is HBWU04. Thank you. 112 wide, quilting weight cotton, and look, you is that a domino? No, it's not a domino, is it? It's an art palette with your paintbrush next to it. Houses, your moon. There's so much here, isn't there? Your apple and strawberries. I love how random it is. I'm a big fan of, random prints like this. And I suppose great for fussy cutting as well. Look closer at it and you see more. I mean, it just keeps Just looks like a rainbow from a distance, but then actually when you look closely, you've got the rabbits. I'm just keep seeing more and more and more. Your hearts. Love it. We've got it in blue, which is this really lovely bright blue. Your code, sorry Joe, is ZRWU56. Just so you know, the Gold Hearts denim is now sold out. If you love the in Boasts gold, then the Dixie Star denim, that's again has got the gold, that's down to 6 metres. That is down to 6 metres, so just be aware that is limited as well. I think we're all getting on the denim train. See, this would look incredible with your denim as well. Adding this in, be aware it's a different weight, but by all means, have a go. Try and do that cathedral window technique. Look at the turtle! Hannah, I haven't told you about my tortoise, have I? Well, no, I do, but basically, this tortoise has potentially been walking because we have no idea where it's come from. I didn't find it in a field. A friend of mine found it in a field, and we have no idea. We've tried to find out whose home it is. We put it on all the Facebook groups. I can't really keep him because he's, I live on a top floor and he's fast. I'm on my walks, yeah. A tortoise, yeah. He could be, we think he could be between 10 and 20 years old. He's only small, but they live up to like 160 years. That is the best thing to find on a walk, isn't it? The most random thing to find on a walk. Does anybody have a tortoise? Does anybody have any tips for me? Because right at the moment, we've taken him to Kieran's aunt's house because she's got a really nice big garden and she's built like a pen for him and lots of lettuce. It's massive, so he can roam with a rockery and all sorts. But no, I don't think they microchip them. He's obviously somebody's pet, isn't he? Because they don't just come wild. No, well, I said this to Emily. I said to Em, that's somebody's pet because she was like, oh, well, I'll just leave it to go to the wild. I was like, no, you can't just leave it because they don't know what to eat, do they? Right, this is ending in 17. It's VZWU17, Joe. Sorry, I'm just reading out the codes for my director so he can bring in the graphics. Oh, this is in my green turtle colour. So the difference with the turtle and the tortoise is, can you see that turtle's got fins, so he swims. After we've done this pattern, then we'll go on to the book. A lot of people are going to be asking, and I think this would go perfectly with the modern quilting book. I know that Lynn by the Sea, Lynn in Cornwall, she messaged me on Facebook because she used to have lots of tortoises, so she was giving me some tips. We've had a message come in from Juliet. Hello, Juliet. Morning, Vix. Good morning. Thank you. Very summery today. It's already selling. It's already selling, Juliet. Loads of people. She says it looks very interesting. What we'll do is we'll look through it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they changed pattern. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. I'll whiz through these and then we'll do it. I'll be really, really quick. This one is NBWU81. Oh, it's in chartreuse. Chartreuse colour. Let me spin this around, them upside down. There you go. £6.99. Oh, what are you going to do with this? Are you going to sort of fill it with different coloured stitches? Or are you going to keep it as this sort of doodled look? I just love how random it is. Great for fussy cutting. Perfect for fussy cutting. See, there's bits I hadn't seen on other colourways. I suppose on different colours. I know it's the same pattern, but you almost are drawn to different parts of it. Do you think? £6.99, that's your chartreuse. I've also got grey, cream, orange and gold. Your grey is next. And that is, for Joe, HTWU54. Found it, clouds. Am I upside down again? I think it does have a direction-ish. Sorry. I like the sundial, your horseshoe, your rabbits. Do you know anybody that's got a tortoise? Because how do you know its gender? But apparently the females, they do go hunting for other tortoises, don't they, in season. So I don't know whether it is a girl and that's why she's sort of, I don't know whether she's escaped or you just don't know. She could be, I don't know. We don't know. £6.99. Where she was found though, there's hardly any houses and we spoke to all of the neighbours, but they have no sense of direction. I think if they go and they won't be able to find the way home. Is that like snails? Do they have no sense of direction? Oh, they have good sense of direction. Camels can go on a journey. You let them go and they'll walk exactly the same journey back. Oh my word. I'm awful. I have no sense of direction. I can walk into a shop and come out and think, right, was I going that way? And then realise, oh no, I've already been down here and go the wrong way. Never find my car in a car park. This one's HYWU38 and this one is very, very low on stock, already been checked out on the web. Oh, we love the butterfly, the thimble. Just £6, 99.5 metre. I love all the floral colours. They're beautiful, aren't they? Sorry, not the floral colours, the floral prints. Where's the fruit? The fruit, like grapes. We've also got two more to the book. Orange next. Hannah, you'll like this one. She's very much into her orange. I saw somebody the other day who had a beautiful orange like this, front door, and I thought, oh, Han, you need to get paint in your front door. Yeah, 80. No, CPWU 80. Did I say yes? Sorry. Yes. 6.99.5 metre. Hi, Bev. Bev's got a tip for me. Hi, Vix. Okay. How to find out the sex of the tortoise. It's to do with the length of the tail. Okay. So I know he has got a tail. I haven't measured it. Maybe we'll contact the local vet. Yeah, that's what I thought. I put it on, you know, we've got all these different Facebook groups. But maybe I'll speak to the vet. It's really difficult, isn't it? Because I don't even know where he was in a field. Is there any need to? No, he's not. There's no need, I don't think, to call the RFPCA. I just don't want anybody who's missing a tortoise who could potentially have had him for 20 years to be missing him or her. It's just strange at the minute. The normal sort of places that you go to report, you know, go to your vets. I don't know. I will absolutely do that though. This was only literally like a couple of days ago, so I was thinking, right, I'll wait and see if anybody messages me on Facebook. Right, let's do the gold. Gold, then book, then book, then book. Are you ready? This one is LHWU36. It's all right. We've been busy talking to everybody today, haven't we, on the emails? Thank you for using the email. Thank you for messaging in. Honestly, it really, 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 really is appreciated. Honestly, believe me, you're keeping Anna sane up there. Keep in contact with her. So that's your... What I was going to say, what colour's this? Oh, it's a plant. I thought someone spelled yellow wrong. Yarrow. Yarrow. Yarrow is a plant. Isn't it lovely? Yarrow. What sort of plant is a yarrow? A little yellow plant. This colour. Little golden yellow plant. Okay, it's time, it's time, it's time. Already people checking out on the website of this book. Right, please can everybody leave Hannah one? She's definitely going to get one of these off the show. It has to go on air first. Pardon, sorry. Okay. 14 different projects, and they are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Hannah saw this book on Instagram and she really wanted us to get it in. So, we've got less than 30. We've got less than 30. It's a lovely way of using up some of your beautiful rainbow fabrics. Absolutely love it. Talks about free motion, quilting, got all your techniques, your patchwork and binding, half square triangles. It's really lovely. The projects are stunning. Your vintage style double quilt. Lots of great techniques as well. If you don't have the rainbow fabrics, there's some great techniques in here. They're really cool to start exploring. I love these quilts. That's your beautiful, your ombre compass double quilt. And I like how they've got, you know, your big picture there so you can see exactly how it's going to look. Some lovely photographs. There's lots of visuals. That's the one Hannah wants to make. If anybody can help her. 80s revival, that's amazing. Love those bright colours. That would fit with, like, you know, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air quilt fabrics that we have. We call it the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The printed panels, they're the ones with the lovely squiggles on. That would look really good with that one. This is your picnic squares quilt. Cushion project, so it's gone quilts, cushions. Oh yeah, love that as well. Absolutely love that. And I love the stripy binding at the end. And this, batiks. How about with your barley pops and then solids? That would look really good with barley pops then solids. There's some gorgeous projects in here. Your arrows cushion. This is nice if you like your fussy casting as well, if you've got some really cool fabrics that you really want to focus on and show off, like your fried eggs one. Is that cotton and steel fabric? We need to get some cotton and steel fabric in, don't we? If we keep tallying them enough. Oh look, so then you've also got, so not only is it quilts, then cushions, you've then also got smaller projects. Got mini projects. The what, sorry, the mushroom. Oh yeah, we had that in with Hannah. We don't even have it here to sell, but Hannah's very excited about our mushroom fabric. Little coasters. How lovely is this? Drawstring bag. Start the drawstring bag and then potentially, you know, move on to your big quilt. Shopping guide as well. Oh, I just love it. Just £12.99. It's beautiful. And you could do it in more traditional colourways. I mean, how beautiful would that look in red and white? Red and creams. Joe's obviously taken that picture. He's got his shoes off. He has got his socks on today. Remember, less than 30 now, less than 30 of these books, and we do have to, well, I should say 29 really, because we have to leave one for producer Hannah. £12.99. It's great value, isn't it? And it's a beautiful book. 14 vibrant rainbow patchwork quilt projects, plus handy techniques, tips and tricks. Thank you for that. Right, we've now got less than 25 of those books. There's so many of you that have checked out on it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's do the barley pops because, oh, let me just show you that cushion. I think this would be perfect with your barley pops. So if you've got any of the solid fabrics, maybe the bundles that we've done, any of the fat quarter bundles, or you can have a look on our website if you want any solids, and just adding it in with barley pops like this would look amazing. $39.99, and don't get me wrong, this is going to go a very, very, very long way. It's not just going to be for the one project. They're 2.5-inch strips. Let me show you. These are your brights. So there's your 2.5 inch strips. You get 40 of them, and they're all traditionally hand dyed in Bali. They're absolutely beautiful, beautiful quality. But because they're already sort of laser cut, you can just sew in or subcut them into squares, into diamonds, into hexes, cut them as you wish, or have them as binding. They look beautiful. They're going to go so well with anything that you have in your book, anything that you have in your rainbow stash is going to look beautiful. Also, if you just have these with a darker background or a cream even, they look beautiful just against quite a stark background actually. They're lovely, aren't they? The colours are so beautiful. They're your brights. We also have the pastels, which is the one, those of you that have seen our lovely Wendy Orlando, she had this kit, and she said, I can't believe how far it went. She said, I made cushions, bags, table runner, placemats. She made loads, a few cushions actually. It goes such a long way. 40 pieces for $39.99. Hang on, who's this, sorry? I'll ask. Amy on the Sewing Street page, I can only see bright pink. Poor lady, it's like she's seeing things. What are you on about? Amy, which fabric was I looking at? What did I say the wrong colour for? Oh, it probably could be. There's a storm brewing, and I'm not saying that didn't happen. That could have done, but we didn't notice. I just love that you put the poor lady. I think she's seeing things. What was I talking about? Bright pink? Or a different colour that was bright pink? Amy, message in, studio@sewingstreet.com. Message in. Tell us which one that I got the colour wrong. Anyway, I have no idea. It could have happened. $39.99. I also found a tortoise on the walk, so yeah. Anything can happen during this lockdown. Less than 20 left of the patchwork books. Oh, Han, that's going to sell out. That is going to sell out. If you want one, make the most of it. I love, love, love that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Right, so that's your pastels. We've also got these blues. What was that noise? You're under the sea. You're under the sea. The lovely blues and purples. These are beautiful. Just $39.99. There's so many of the projects actually that you'd be able to do from that gorgeous modern book. I'm just thinking the blues. I mean, there's so much that you can do. How about doing this? I'm thinking like the stripy one. Where's that gone? With the blues and the purples like that. I think that would look nice with these colourways. All just in sort of blue tones going down. You could do all blues and purples. They look gorgeous because there's lots of different tones of colours in here to go with that. We've also got the autumnal colours, which again, this would add a completely different look to any of those quilts, wouldn't it? I always think of lovely African sunsets. The lovely rich sort of reds and the gorgeous greens and browns and oranges. I love this colourway. And I think as we're going into summer and then going into autumn, this is going to be beautiful in your home decor projects. It's $39.99. I love that a lot. That's, I think, one of my faves. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for the brights. You know me, I love rainbow colours. But that, really nice. Love those colours. Okay. So all those Bali Pops are available. They are amazing quality, as I said. Can we see a photograph? Who is it that's got in touch with us, sorry? Sheila. Hello, Sheila. Thank you for sending in your pictures. We started the show by talking about Denim Rag Quilt. So Sheila sent in a photograph. We've got it. Thanks, Joe. Morning, all. Here's a photo of my lockdown project, a memory quilt for my son. He's 33 and living in the USA, and he left behind a ton of rugby, football, and other T-shirts, so he couldn't bear to part with. I've sewn them all into a quilt, along with school T-shirts, Beavers and Cubs uniforms, which he kept. I love that. Stay safe, everybody, and keep up the good work. That's from Sheila. That is such an amazing idea. That's a good idea, actually, to use with denim, because a lot of the time rugby shirts are sort of heavier weight, aren't they? So actually, and that looks really cool, doesn't it? Again, in that cathedral window style. Those denims on their own, by the way, if you wanted any of the denims, they're going to sell out. The heart's already sold out. I've got a feeling the stars is about to sell out. Really, really limited on that. Less than 5 meters of that. The floral is now, sold out. Sold out. And these two, light blue has got 15 meters left. We ordered in lots of this as well, 15 meters of that left. And then the medium blue has got 9 meters left. So during the break, check out. If you want to add more to your order, you absolutely can, even if you've checked out. So it's a capped flat rate of £3.95 all day long. If you've bought something already, still make the most of those. And as well with the beautiful early bird, great price on the early bird today. Alison Glass fabric today in this mega bundle. We've gone through the embroidery section, but they're all individually on the website. There's some more lovely patterns. There's the ones with the crosses in. If you want to see any of them in particular, I know that we're running out of time, but if there is any that you want me to put together or you want a closer look at, please, please, please do let us know. It's 167.49. It was one of the purples that I said was pink. Oh, sorry, Amy. Sorry, Amy, there's a lot of colours today. Maybe I did say purple. It's also very warm. I think the heat's affecting me. Juliet said, sorry, Hannah and John. Got to say good morning to you both. Oh, Juliet, good morning, Joan. Good morning. She says, you don't need to say sorry. Don't need to say sorry. Good morning. Let's say good morning back to you, though. So if you do want me to show any of the other colours, please do let me know. I might show the wrong colour, but yeah, let me know. There's less than 10 of the big mega bundle, and lots of them are available on the website. Some are individually sold out. Handful now that's sold out, as it only launched on John's birthday. The majority of them we still have by the half metre. Make the most of them whilst they're there, though. Okay, fantastic. We've shown a lot this hour, haven't we? We've got so much still to bring you. Don't forget, the book is limited and the Thermalan is coming up in the next hour. Thanks for all of your messages about Thermalan. Is it the first time that we've had it? First time we've ever had it. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I'll talk about it more in a minute. It's £5.99 if you do want to add to your order, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be back and we've got a brand new demo, brand new guest joining us with some great potholders, some nice little projects. Stay with us. We're back, and a brand new book, in fact, right on the other side of this.
Hello and welcome. We love hearing from you, and we really hope that you can follow us on our social media platforms. We've got Instagram, which is @Sewing Street. We have Facebook. We've got 2 Facebook pages. One is the Sewing Street TV page, and the other one is Sewing Street Fans. All 3 of these are monitored all the time by our wonderful team, and if you want to message us on air, drop us a line on either of those 3 and we'll definitely be able to answer your questions that you may have. If you post on the actual wall, we can perhaps answer there. Otherwise, message us as well. That works really, really well. Thank you so much for being involved, and it's only because of this community that we're able to bring you all these different diverse products and to be able to answer your questions that you may have. Another way you can stay in touch with us is by signing up to our newsletter. These newsletters are sent out to you very regularly, and they include not only our guest profiles of upcoming guests, but also amazing shows that we've got coming up for you. And if you want to look at the amazing products before everybody else, that's the best way to do it. If you'd like to sign up and you haven't already, the link to follow is www.sewingstreet.com/sign up. You won't regret it. Thank you.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
If you love sewing, then you need the UK's favourite sewing magazine. Every month, you'll receive exclusive patterns. Follow simple step-by-step guides suitable for all skill levels to make your own stunning clothes, accessories and more, together with inspiring tips and tricks from industry experts. Join in and discover your love for sewing. Try Love Sewing today and get your first 3 issues for just £6.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
Hello, welcome back. We've got a really exciting out now. We've got brand new guest, new demo, gorgeous projects for anybody that may be starting out sewing or wanting to send gifts to people or just revamping, you know, maybe their kitchen, making nice little pot holders. We've got a really lovely project. So, it's the first time I think we've had them, Milan, and we love it. This is a product that we've been trying to get in for ages, as I know so many of you have requested it. It's a really sort of compressed wadding or batting fleece. It is an official Visaline product. The best place to go and have a look if you want any tips, hints, how to use it or instructions on it is to go to the Visaline website. It's £5.99 and it's going to be cut into a 19 centimetre sort of square, 90 centimetre square. It's a nice big size. What it is a very sort of compressed polyester batting or wadding. It's really lovely and dense. It's really lovely and fleecy as well. We've got it in pot holders. It is ideal for things like pot holders or placemats or table runners, anything that you're putting maybe something warm on. Now, it's not the one with the metal running through, so it's not heat resistant, but it is designed to insulate heat or actually cold as well. So if you're thinking of doing lunch boxes and things that you want to keep cold as well, it's really good to insulate. What I would suggest is using 2 layers of this. So if you are thinking of doing things that it's not going to, for example, oven gloves, things like that, I'd be careful and I would use extra layers. It is for that, but they are, of course, on Visaline will say use multiple layers. You get a lot for £5.99, so if you do want to multiply to make the most of it, then absolutely do. But with this one sheet, you'll have loads to do pot holders and smaller projects. Han's got an interesting fact about Thermolan. If you work with fabrics that have got sequins or pearls on, half a metre or a metre square, half a metre or a metre square of this. If you lay them on top of the fabrics that have got pearls or sequins, when you're going to iron the sequins, really helps. So if you're doing a lot of special dresses or, you know, really embellished items, fabrics that are already embellished, that's really good. So because I've got a lot of dresses that have got pearls and sequins and things on, and if I'm honest, I avoid ironing them at all. So if I put that over the top, so you can use it as an ironing cover to protect it. That's what Vaseline have put on the website as well, sensitive fabrics. That's good to know, is if you've got some that's there in your stash and you want to do a bit of ironing pressing mat, then as a sort of pressing cloth. Brilliant. £5.99 for your metre square, 90 centimetre square. It is going to be brilliant for today's project. I know that we've waited a long time to be able to get this in. It is machine washable and it's just £5.99. Just £5.99. We love that. If you multi-buy, it won't come joined up. It will already be pre-cut into 90 centimetre squares. But if you are doing, you know, you're getting a lot there. It isn't going to be something that you necessarily quilt with. But yeah, if you do want to do a larger project, you can use them. If you're doing a wall hanging project or something, you could sew them together. So that's £5.99 for a 90 centimetre square. Now, we've also got a brand new book. Brand new book. This is the Year of Potholders #2. So all through the seasons, potholders for all sorts of occasions and different projects. I love potholders. I think they make lovely, lovely gifts for people. And it's a good way of sort of testing your skills and trying different blocks out on small projects. So you can try lots of different blocks. It's just £7.99, and this is the book that we're going to be working from today. So it starts off talking you through all of the different general instructions. It's an Annie's quilting book, so you know that the value for money is always brilliant. Talks about applique, you've got fussy cutting, and then it goes into your projects. Now today's project that we're making is on the Sewing Street fan page, on the Sewing Street official page. So if you go to Sewing Street TV on Facebook, this is a really good way to sort of keep in the loop of what's going on during the week. And you'll see, if we go to it now, then you'll see that Katharine has taken some photographs of today's make. So this is what we're making, but there's so many different projects. I'm going to flick through some of the other projects as well so you can see what we're making. This is Avril, Devil's Claw. There's some great blocks. And I suppose once you've made that block, you could repeat it and make mini quilts. You can make little cushions. It doesn't necessarily need to just be for potholders. Blocks of a quilt or blocks of a cushion or on bags. Fortress, square in a square. Your Duchess puzzle. Maybe you don't want the pressure of doing a quilt to start with. You get a bit of a taster of it, and you get to find some of your favourite. You get some of your favourite fabrics out your stash, smaller pieces maybe. This is lovely, and you get to practice your binding every time. By the time you start doing your big quilts, you're going to be an absolute expert on binding. Oh, you know that Hannah loves her mug rugs. You could have this as a mug rug, couldn't you? We should get one with you for you, saying boss. Perfect for a little coaster. You can fit your biscuits on there too. Or a big pincushion even. You could have that as a top as a big pincushion, couldn't you? There's so many lovely projects. For £7.99, you've got a lot of blocks in here and a lot of skills in here, haven't you? Lots of different skills. I'm just looking through because there's so many different projects. I like how they do, look, this is design, this is part 2 of the year, so you could do every single week different potholders. That's what it's designed. This is week 41. Your magic triangles, sunny side up, autumn star, Flower Way Home. No, I've never seen Flower Way Home. It's a good film. Picture Perfect, Louisiana. And you got your templates as well, your Christmas potholders. There's so many great projects in here. Really sort of, oh look, if you want to fussy cut some of your favourite fabrics. Great sort of techniques that you're going to learn and develop and use for different projects in the future, I'm sure. And then it goes on to talk about your quilting basics, how to quilt, and all of your picture gallery. So you could even do like a bit of a sampler, couldn't you? There'd be great blocks for quilts. £7.99. So that is your book. Your book is individual. Do you get the book in the kits? No, so the way of getting it is just today on its own. We've also got some fabric bundles which we think are going to be ideal for these projects if you want to stock up your stash. Now I've got, let me know which ones you want to do first. I've got the blue birds, which is the one actually that's in the demo, I believe. £11.99, you get the lovely, lovely birds. It's 1.5 meters of fabric. I mean, you're going to get more than enough to be able to have a bit of a play around and try a few different projects in there. 1.5 meters, so you get 0.5 meter of this one. Pardon? Oh, this is the one that's used in the demo, sorry. 0.5 meter of your blues, 0.5 meter of your spot on, and 0.5 meter of your solid. 1.5 meters of your blue bird pot holder. The one that is used in the demo is Chic pot holders. It's slightly more. It's slightly bigger, isn't it? You got 0.5 meter more in the bundle, but I love those colours together. £12.99, 0.5 meter of each again, but 2 meters this time. 0.5 meter of your navy blue, 0.5 meter of that lovely cream. You've got grey, and you've got this lovely gold as well. All that's £12.99. I've got the mint herringbone. Oh, I love this mint herringbone fabric anyway. I mean, to be able to get that lovely gold metallic, that's beautiful. Some of these will go really nicely with the denims that we had. I'm just thinking those blues that we saw. We managed to get the denims. These are lovely bundles for all sorts of projects. That's your mint herringbone. £12.99, remember 0.5 meter of each. Even if you're thinking of trying something from your modern patchwork quilts, if you want to try the mini projects. I like the fact that we've put together some bundles for you. I'm so bad at picking out colours on the website, on the little thumbnails of what colours are going to match together. So our kit team have put that together for you. The pink with the lovely black and pinks, they're really nice together again. Pink herringbone pot holders, £12.99, 0.5 metre. 0.5 metre of this one. 0.5 meter of your pink and 0.5 meter of your black. And that again has got that beautiful metallic gold. This one is just £12.99. And then we've also got the hens. I love these hens or chickens. These are so gorgeous. Cheap. Your hens pot holders in beige. We love this fabric. It's gorgeous. £11.99 for your hens. And then you're also going to get 0.5 meter of your spot and 0.5 meter of your nude. All just £11.99. I love that one, especially for the kitchen. There's going to be some really nice projects in there that you're going to be able to utilise centralising those hens. Katharine is working from the book, and she's working with the what have we called this one? Sorry, Chic. So you'll see the graphics in for the Chic during the demo. But do remember that all of those bundles are available as well. Okay, is there anything else I need to tell you before we have a watch of Katharine's demo? Thank you so much for sending in this lovely video. We are really excited to meet you here in the studio as well. Thank you very much. Right, stay with us, have a watch of the demo, and we'll see you right after this.
Hello, I'm Katharine, and today I'm going to show you how to make a lovely pot holder. It comes from this book, A Year of Pot Holders, which has actually got 52 different patchwork blocks in, and I'm not sure you'd want to make them all up as pot holders. 52 might be too many, although if you've got a massive kitchen, who knows. But there's some really lovely patterns, and it's really excellent book for practicing your patchworking skills. So if you're fairly new to it, you could do a block a week and really hone your skills and get really good. At the end of the 52 weeks, you would have enough blocks to put together to make a whole entire quilt. So it would, maybe not pot holders, but there's lots in there that you can use. As well as making up the pot holder that I'm going to show you today, I had a go at one or two others, the designs. This was a slightly more complicated block. Lots of triangles in this one, so if you are someone who likes to really practice to get your points really good, there's some lovely designs in the book for this. And then I also chose one of the simpler blocks, just with squares and rectangles, and did 4 of them. I made them up into a little cushion. And the other nice thing about the block, about the book, is that it has little extra design ideas in. So this was one of the little applique patterns that it had in there, and I do love a chicken, so I popped a little chicken on. I was doing this at home. I didn't have any bonder web, so it's maybe not my best applique. A little bit of the children's Pritt stick underneath helped. So there were some really nice applique designs in the book as well that you can use and get quite creative with. But I've chosen quite a simple block to show you today. We've got squares and we have got triangles. So what I'm going to show you first is I'm going to show you how to cut your triangles. Because there are a lot of triangles in this book, I would also recommend spray starching them. And I'm going to show you the difference that that makes. I've actually prepared some starched ones ready, so that we didn't have to like spray and wait for them to dry and everything like that. So this particular block is called Bailey's block, and it calls for various squares. Everything is done in inches, so make sure your cutting mat has inches on it as well as centimetres. Use your cutting board. All these lines are here to help you get it all nice and straight. The thing with patchwork is that you need to be as accurate as possible. A millimetre here on your cutting, a millimetre on your sewing, suddenly things don't start to match up. So for these kind of designs, it's all about being as accurate as you can be. Sometimes it takes a bit of practice, but that's okay. That's the fun of it, isn't it? Having a go. So let me see, we have to do a 4 7/8 square, which is a slightly annoying number, isn't it? I've actually cut it this way, it's already 4 7/8, so I'm just going across the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I always have to count it out to double check that I've got it right. Line your ruler up with the top and the bottom of your board, and I always find when you're cutting, you need to press down on your ruler so that you've got your body weight on there so it doesn't shift. Your rotary cutter's really sharp, only ever cut away from you. Don't saw at it because you'll get yourself a really nice jagged edge. So a nice straight line up. You can hear when it goes through. If it doesn't go through first time, have another go in the same direction, but don't start doing things towards yourself like this. You will cut yourself. Slice bits of your finger off, and that's no fun because it messes up your fabric. Right, so I've got a square, and then to turn it into a triangle, you've got these lovely directional arrows probably on your cutting board, and this will help you line it all up. So you're going to get your points in line. Okay. You can see they're lined up at the points, and then you don't want to move it if you can help it. You're going to keep it nice and still. And I hope you notice that I've moved myself round so that I'm still going away from myself to cut up like that. Now you're actually going to cut these ones just in half that way, but if I needed to, and quite a lot of the patterns ask you to, you might also need to go that way as well. Now I'm just going to show you the difference between a triangle that's been starched and a triangle that hasn't been starched. So because you've cut yourself a triangle and it's cut on the bias, you'll find that, can you see, that's going to bend, and that suddenly makes your patchwork sewing much harder to get a nice straight line and to keep it even, and you'll find that you sew them together and it's a bit wonky. This one, all I've done, I've sprayed it with spray starch, which you can get ever so easily in like a homeware shop, and you can see it's much stiffer and it's not going to bend in the same way, so it's going to make your sewing much easier. You spray them, you let it dry and you iron it, and that's it. So usually what I do is, if I'm going to maybe have a go at 2 or 3 different blocks, I'll do all my cutting, spray them up, let them dry, and then I might be cutting something else where they're drying, then you've got a whole little lot together ready to sew. So I was very organised and I got these cut and spray starched in advance. Okay, and this is a really nice straightforward block to do. Actually, what I'm just going to do is just move the cutting board out of the way so that when we come to sew, I can show you how to press everything. When we sew patchwork, we're going to sew everything with a 1/4 inch seam, which is quite a narrow seam. And if you're someone who dressmakes, it suddenly seems really wrong in comparison to what you've been doing. There we go. But again, it's important that you get that seam nice and even. I've got my machine set up with a 1/4 inch foot that will help you keep that 1/4 inch nice and even. But if your machine hasn't got one of those, you can just measure it from your needle and put a little bit of tape on your machine, and that will help give you a little guideline. But most modern machines now you can get 1/4 inch feet for, or they have a 1/4 inch setting, which is very nice. Okay, so first of all, we're going to put our triangles together to make into squares. So I'm going to line it up carefully. Now, there's always a little bit of a should you pin, shouldn't you pin? I say do what makes you comfortable, especially if you're a beginner. If you want to pin it because it's going to be nice and even, make it easier for you, then pin it. Okay. Right, so popping it under, just making sure I've got that edge really well lined up. And it's got a little guide on this particular foot, which helps keep the material nice and in line, which is perfect. I'm going to go all the way down and cut it off. Do you like a sewing machine with scissors when you're doing patchwork? It makes it all a lot quicker and easier. I'm going to show you how to iron this now. Again, there's sometimes different opinions. I tend to iron my seams towards the dark side, because then you're not going to see things reflected through. I have seen books where they say to press them open, but that's terribly, terribly fiddly and time consuming. And to be fair, I'm always in more of a hurry to get it done. So I'm going to give it a really nice press. Pressing's really important with patchwork. You want to make sure you've got that seam absolutely as open as you can get it, so that when you put it together with the other ones, they're going to be as even as they can be. Okay, that's looking nice. Love these colour choices that you can get that Sewing Street gave me to use, because they've got a real little bit of a nautical look, but I think they're also really on-trend colours as well, and I can really kind of imagine them in my kitchen. So you could have your pot holders, and then you could I did think you could make some matching table mats, you know, and a cushion for your chair in the kitchen. And it would all look good. Right, so there's my second one. And we'll give that a press as well. Nice and open. I do think as well, this is lovely quality fabric to press, that makes a difference. And the spray starch really helps too. So we've got two lovely matching ones there. Okay, now the block, where's my block's nice and straightforward, as you can see. We're now going to put them together in rows. So again, with patchwork, you are always working in rows so that you're not suddenly doing things round corners, because that's really tricky. If you want to, you can snip off your little extra bits. If they're not totally square, you can at this stage get your rotary cutter and square them up and trim them down to make them fit better. Sometimes, and I found this when I was doing one or two of the more complicated blocks in the book, it did help to trim as you go and just square things up better. I found that the blocks went together better. So it doesn't always tell you to do that in patchwork books, but it's a useful thing to do. So we're going to put them together like that, always right sides together, so we've got all our seams. You want to be careful when you're using a fabric that hasn't got pattern on, because it's easy to get them the wrong way around. and get a seam on the outside, and then you've got to get your trusty unpicker out. Okay, so this is a nice straightforward block. There isn't too much piecing in this at all. So it's a really nice starter one. You can get good results. Okay, and we'll press that one over to that darker side as well. Okay, and another one the same. Just make sure I've got my pattern right. No, I haven't. It's really, really easy to rotate bits as well. Sometimes, especially if you're working on a big project, it's a good idea to photograph it. Lay it out and photograph it on your phone, because as you pick a piece up and you put it down, it's ever so easy to turn them around and get them muddled up. And if you've got a picture, you can just refer back to it and make sure you're doing the right thing. Okay, let's just make sure that one goes to that side as well. Sometimes they don't want to terribly easily, but we'll make them. Okay, so we've got two nice halves there. And so on this particular piece, we've just got one central seam to match up. Now you might look at this and think to yourself, I haven't done it right, because these points aren't actually at the corners, but that's right, because you're going to sew it together and you're going to take in another 1/4 of an inch. So hopefully, if my sewing is good enough today, when we sew that together down the middle, you'll find that the points do match. So don't worry when you're starting to put these blocks together and thinking, oh no, it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. You've got to remember that those 1/4 inch seam allowances are always built into your block, and it's only when you get right to the end you realise if it's worked or not. Okay, so when I match a block, match seams, put them together so that you can see the top and the bottom one, and then I roll it down like that. And I have to say, I do use a pin to hold it in place. I think some, really, really experienced patchworkers don't, I don't think, but I always do, because then I find it doesn't shift. Hopefully, if you've ironed it correctly, your seams should nestle into each other and butt up against each other, so they're not all on one side and bulky. I think you'll find they do, so that's good. Okay, got that all nice and lined up. Just before I sew it, I pin it that way so that you can sew over the pin. Stops it moving. And we'll sew down this one. Again, a nice neat 1/4 inch. And we'll see how our points turn out today. Sometimes you can put your blocks in the machine so that you can actually see where you're going to hit it. Hasn't done it on this one, and so that you can make sure you definitely do get the thing. That's not too bad. Maybe a millimetre wrong, but not too bad. I can live with that. I do think when you're doing patchwork, it's quite easy to get very hung up on it being absolutely perfect, but remember that you're doing this for enjoyment, and if you can live with it, that's fine. That's fine. Especially if you're learning as well. Sometimes it takes a couple of goes. Okay, so next part is to quilt it. And you've got lots of choices with the quilting. You can, and there's something I particularly liked about this book, is that all these different blocks, you've got real opportunities to try lots of different techniques on them. On a smaller area, it's not like you're trying to do a really massive quilt, so if it doesn't go brilliantly, it doesn't matter, it's just one little block. On my example, I just did some straight line quilting, and I particularly like doing this, where you follow the shape, motif quilting. but you can also have a go at free motion, you can have a go at stitching the ditch. The variety of blocks in the book lend themselves to lots of different things to try, so I thought it was really good for that. Now, if you decide you're making a pot holder, it recommends in the book that you use a heat-proof wadding, which I haven't got any of that today. I've just got some normal wadding and a backing piece. So backing piece first, then your wadding. You can see I've just roughly cut it to size. I will cut it properly to size when I've quilted it, because you might find when you do quilt it, it shrinks in a bit. So if you cut it perfectly beforehand, then you might find it isn't perfect by the time you've quilted it. Now, there's lots of different ways of putting your quilt together. If I was doing a very big quilt, I would pin it all over. I would tack it within an inch of its life to stop it moving. I know some people like the adhesives, because again, these are nice small blocks. You can get away with putting some pins in, I found, and just having a go. So they're quite nice and quick, these little projects. You know, because they're quite small, they didn't move around and mess up. I think for the purposes of the demonstration today, I will have a little go at, we'll have a go at just a very straightforward stitch in the ditch. I always say stitch in the ditch is straightforward, but actually it's quite hard to get it exactly in the ditch. And I always find beginner sewers discover it's harder than it looks. So we'll give it a go. But it won't take too long to do. So for quilting purposes, we will pop our normal foot back on the machine. Again, a larger piece of quilting, I'd start to say use a walking foot, but you don't really need to for these little ones. Obviously, if you decided you're going to do some free motion, you'll put on your free motion foot and get yourself set up for that. Okay. You can get specialist stitch in the ditch feet as well. Ooh, can't find my foot pedal. All right. Oh, a bit of a wobble there. So the purpose of your quilting is twofold. It's firstly to hold everything together, but secondly, you know, it's got a decorative purpose. So it's up to you how much decoration you put in it and decide it needs. I'm more of a fan personally of patchwork than quilting. I like putting the patterns together, and I like, you know, trying to get some nice accurate stitching, but the actual quilting part I don't like quite as much. So I tend to do minimal quilting. But that's my personal preference. Little bit wobbly, but it will do the job for today. You know, some people absolutely love the whole quilting bit, so you can do as much or as little as you like. It's up to you how creative you want to get. Okay, right. This is all looking really quite nice, but I need to just get my cutting mat back so that I can trim it all down nice and neatly, ready to put the binding on. Now, the binding for this, it tells you in the book that your binding needs to be 2.5 inches wide. I have a little confession to make. If you actually read all the instructions at the beginning of the book, it tells you to cut your binding from the width of the fabric first, because you've got the width of the fabric. However, I didn't do that, because I did my typical thing, which was like, oh, lots of lovely patterns to try. Right, what shall I try first? Let's cut some fabric. So I launched into it all, and it wasn't until I went back to put the binding on that I discovered I didn't have one really nice long piece that went all the way around. So I had to join some pieces, but that's okay. You can see on my example I did, but they're really not especially noticeable. So, you know, if you find that you have to do that, it isn't a problem. It's a double folded binding that she suggests, the writer. So you can see I'm just lining it up just to get it all nice and straight. And all of a sudden, doesn't it look much nicer and neater and like something good when you get those fluffy edges off. And I always think when you do get the binding on, that just finishes the project off so nicely. Okay, so I have pre-cut my binding. You can see that I have joined it with a nice diagonal seam, and then you fold it in half and press it along. If you're going to make the pot holder version to have a little loop on it, then you actually start your binding at the edge, at a corner, which is not something you normally do. If you do a quilt, or if you do like this one where I decided to make it into a little mat, you obviously need to join the ends in a different way, and so you would start your binding further along. But to make the pot holder, as in the book, you start at the edge. You're going to put the wrong side of the binding, the cut edge, to your edge of your quilted section. Okay. Pop some pins in to hold it in place. And when you sew down this edge, going to use a 1/4 inch seam again, and you're going to stop a 1/4 inch away from your corner. I'm just going to pop that 1/4 inch foot in again to help me. Okay. So. Speed up a bit, whiz down this edge. Okay, so we've got a nice 1/4 inch seam along there. When you get to this corner, what you are going to do is you're going to fold it, and it's really helpful. You've got a lovely line of your triangle to help you fold it at 45 degrees. You're going to fold it up like that at 45 degrees, and then you're going to fold it back down on itself so it meets, so it's in line with the edge there. This is going to help you get a really nice mitered corner like on the finished one there. Pop a pin to hold it, and then you're going to line up the next side. Again, you're going to stop a 1/4 inch, so pop a pin in at about the right distance, and that will help you gauge where it needs to be. When you start to sew, you're going to start right at the end, and then just come down with a 1/4 inch left at the corner. So we'll whiz that side. All the way down. Okay. So just to show you how that first corner is going to go, you can see that when we do fold that out, it will be a nice mitered corner. Okay. Just fold it back for a minute while we carry on. So another 45 and another 90 degrees, and another fold back on itself. And you're going to do 3 sides in this way, and then there's just a slightly little different bit for the 4th side as you come round and meet up with the other bit and make your little loop. So we're nearly there. There's the 3rd side. Come down that edge. I like the 1/4 inch feet on these machines. They're better than my sewing machine at home. Okay, now as we come down to the next one, what they actually ask you to do is to fold over the 3 sides first so that they are round in place. So this folded edge is going to come all the way around to the back and cover all those raw edges. And so before we do that last side, the instructions tell you to do this. Again, you wouldn't do that if you were just going to bind it all the way around. You would do that right at the end once you've joined the two ends, but because we're going to make a little loop, it's just behaving slightly differently. And this will get all hand stitched in place, which a lot of people don't like hand stitching, but actually it's one of my favourite bits to do in the quilt. It's kind of quite therapeutic. You can sit in front of the TV at the end and get your hand stitching done. Okay, so it's sort of a little bit funny, but this is what it tells you to do. Hang on, I'm just going to undo that one slightly so that we can make our fold, our corner fold. And then when we come down, you're actually going to come right off the end. And you're going to leave a 6-inch tail, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to make your loop. So we'll snip that off to get it out of the way. Okay. Pin that in place. Now when you sew this one, you're going to come down and you're going to stop here, right at that little edge there. So you just need to keep your eye on it to make sure that you end up in the right place, else you'll find it's very tricky to make your little hanging loop. I would say about that. Just reinforce it slightly. Okay, so we've got our binding all sewn on, folded round to the back, ready to hand stitch. Let's just pop another pin or two there just to hold it. Okay, and you can see that on this little bit here we've got the raw edge is going to get hidden under there, so that's going to be nice and neat and tidy, but we've still got to sort this bit out because obviously we've got raw edges here. The iron comes into play again. Your iron is your friend when you sew. There's so much you can do to kind of get everything where it needs to be before you sew it if you iron things first in place. I can't say I ever iron my clothes very much, but I do iron my sewing, so it's a good habit to get into. So what you can do is you can fold in those raw edges. It's decided to be a little bit fiddly. Let's make it do it. There we go. So this was the slightly fiddly bit of the project, just to get this looking as neat as it can be. To be fair, if you made a lot of them, you might find, you know, an alternative way to do it that suits you better, but I followed the instructions and this is what it suggested. I will tuck in that end as well so we haven't got a raw edge there. But you can see if you press it, it's going to hold it in place and make it much easier to sew. Okay. You could, obviously we've made our own binding here with matching fabric, but you could use a ready-made bias binding as well, which has already got a lot of folds already put in for you if you want to save time. Okay, so when you've got that folded in and pinned, you're just going to top stitch this little bit just to secure it. making sure all those ends stay tucked in as you go. And just come across the bottom as well. Lovely. All right, so we've got that nicely there. So now we can fold that round and cover up the raw edge here. And then we can take the little loop you've made. Now, in the book, she wanted to sew it onto the front, and I didn't think that that would look very neat. So on my example, I've actually did it the other way and fastened it onto the back, just because I thought you maybe wouldn't want to see that last bit sewn in place on the front. But you're going to just loop it round. Okay. And actually you could tuck it under. I didn't do that on my example, but you could, to find a way to make it nice and neat. I'm just going to pop it there, I think, and just go across that to secure it in place. And then that's all once you've secured that in place, that's all your machine sewing done. And I'll show you how to do a nice invisible hand stitch just to finish it off. Do you know what? I'm going to have to just very quickly change that foot back just because it doesn't fit under otherwise. There we go. Now it's starting to get a little bit bulky at this point because you've got quite a lot of layers. So just take your time, and I'd go backwards and forwards just to hold it in place. Okay, so there you've got your little hanging bit. Now then, okay, so the nice therapeutic finishing off hand stitching bit. So a nice invisible stitch on the back. I don't tend to tie a knot. I tend to just do a little over and over stitch to hold it. And then the idea is as much as possible of the stitch goes underneath, inside the wadding. So you don't want it to come through to the right side, you just want to go through the wadding. And I'd probably aim for about 1 centimetre apart on each stitch. Okay. When you go back in, you almost want to tuck your needle slightly underneath, not too far underneath, else it won't lie flat. Very slightly underneath, push it through the wadding, come up, and you see when you pull it, it will be nearly invisible. You don't really want to see this hand stitching at all if you can help it. Okay, you just want a lovely, neat finish. And as I say, I really like doing this bit. Lots of people don't, lots of people hate this bit. But I really like it. I think it's very, very satisfying getting a lovely, neat, invisible stitch. People always ask me how to do the corners, so I shall very quickly go down to the corners and just show you how to do a corner, and then you would carry on in the same way all the way around until it's finished. So when we get to a corner, I tend to go, just to make it really secure, I tend to go up and down. So a little stitch at the bottom, again keeping it inside as much as possible, and then I'd probably work my way back down it as well, just to make sure it's really, really secure. And then you can carry on down the next side. So imagine I finish my lovely bit of hand stitching and we've got one really beautiful pot holder. And as I said, the book's got loads of really nice designs in. I'm just going to show you the little bit at the back that shows you all 52 designs. You can see lots of lovely designs, lots of things to get creative with and have a go at while honing those patchwork skills. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon.
Oh, thank you so much, Katharine. It's so lovely to virtually meet you. Can't wait to have you here in the studio. I know that Joe, who was here, and I think you met Hannah briefly as well, everyone was saying how amazing it was to have Katharine here, so thank you so much for that. And it was brilliant actually to see such an extensive demo on binding, because we never get a chance to do that finishing on binding on it. So it was really, really good to see that. And I think with projects like this, as Katharine was just showing you, you're going to have so much practice on doing beautiful binding. The book on its own is £7.99. That was week 7 that you just saw with Katharine. But there's so many different blocks, and as I say earlier, whether you're using them as pot holders or whether you're then making them into cushions or samplers or however you want to use these blocks in the future, it's brilliant value for money for the amount of different techniques that you're going to learn. It's a brand new Alice quilting book today, so a applique, some free motion embroidery. You've got a lot of great techniques for a brilliant price point. A brilliant price point, in fact. Bearing in mind, you have got 52 books in there, 52 pages in there, 52 projects for £7.99. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. We had a few different colourways. For anybody who is after some fabric to get making, the one that Katharine was using was the Chic Potholders bundle, which is these, which is in the, it looked really nice all made up, didn't it, actually, with the gold, the contrasting gold. You got the navy blue, the cream, the grey, and that beautiful, beautiful golden yellow. £12.99, half metres of each of those, your Chic Potholders bundle. That's £12.99. More than enough fabric in there. I mean, you can have a bit of an explore and a play with all sorts in there. There's a lot more than enough fabric. Nice homeware colours, actually, aren't they? They're really lovely homeware colours. I've also got the birds. Same kind of colour palette, and I think these would look nice with the denims as well that we had in the first hour. I think a lot of those have sold out. Pardon? Oh, I know, we're all about these lovely blues and denims today. £11.99 will get you 3 of your half metres this time. So you're getting half a metre of this lovely, what birds are they, sorry? Swallows. Swallows, I did know that. Do you know what I saw yesterday? It wasn't a stork, it was, what does a heron look like? Is that with really long legs and a long beak? I saw a heron yesterday at the park. The wildlife around Warwick, I tell you. The tortoise Hannafly is quite amazing. £11.99, a half metre. Each of these, you've got your lovely spot on, you've got your solid and your birds, all for less than £12. I've got the 2 herringbone designs, the mint first, which is with your lovely gold, metallic gold, jades and grey. This is the most popular bundle. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Metre and a half for £12.99. Yeah, it is one of my faves, actually. That herringbone is so beautiful. You could kind of echo that. There's some sort of herringbone-esque designs in there. It would look nice. With your grey and your jade, they look beautiful together, and the team have matched that perfectly. It does complement beautifully. So the pink colourway with your herringbone fabric again has got that metallic gold. That beautiful metallic gold. Half a metre of black, half a metre of pink, and half a metre of this lovely herringbone. We've then also got the hens. Oh, I must tell you a funny story. Hayley Bryan, are you watching? Hayley Bryan's just sent me a video of our fabric. Our Hayley Bryan's our marketing manager. Yeah, she's running our Facebook, social media, the person who sends out all of your newsletters. She keeps you in the loop of everything that's going on. She's also I must say, Hayley does everything. She's fantastic, isn't she? She does so much. She's always busy. She's also doing TikToks, by the looks of things. You know those videos where you can sing or dance, they go viral. Well, she sent me a video just now of her singing a TikTok. She said, oh, it reminded me of this fabric she made into kitchen bits, so pot holders perfect. How about a tea towel? And then she sang, chicken tea towel, tell me what's wrong. Sent me a video of it. She said, I thought of you, Vic, as chicken tikka, the ABBA song. I have to say that because Joe didn't even realise. He was like, oh, where do I know that song? And he didn't even know it was a song until I then started singing Chicken Tikka, and he was like, oh, it's a song, ABBA song. Half a metre of your hens, half a metre of your spot, and half a metre of your nude. £11.99. If you do love Annie's quilting books, there is a few others on the website as well. You can see some of them on the web shop. If you go to www.sewingstreet.com, if you go onto the web shop, have a click onto the categories in the books section, you'll be able to find some other Annie's quilting books. They are fantastic value for money. The amount of projects that you get in there for £8 is fantastic. Hundreds of metres of thermolan has gone. It's brand new today. You get a 90 centimetre square. It is a compressed cotton poly polyester. It's a compressed wadding. £5.99. Oh, it was. It was Hayley singing. Who's told you it wasn't? Oh, Hayley, don't. It was you. Don't play it down. Hayley's just done a song for us. £5.99. She's trying to steal my Agnetta roll. £5.99 for your Thermolan. This is it isn't a heat resistant. It isn't the one that's got the metal bits running through. It's a compressed polyester that is ideal to sort of insulate either hot or cold. So if you're making lunch boxes or if you're making pot holders and table mats and placemats, then this is brilliant for that. I would use, and it does advise on the Visaline website, because this is a quality official Visaline product. If you go onto their website, have a look at Thermolan, and they'll give you all of the sort of guides and tips, but they do suggest that you use 2 layers together if you are using it with something really hot like a pot holder. No, it wasn't. Hayley, stop playing it down. I know your voice. She doesn't want everybody to try and find her on TikTok because, you know, she's a bit self-conscious of her singing, but it was beautiful. I'll play it on air. £5.99 for your Thermolan. Hundreds of units have gone. Well done. Okay, talking about low in stock, actually, my rainbow book, I shouldn't be doing it. I've kept it here. Single figures on this now, Hannah. No pressure, Hannah, but single figures now. There's less than 10 of these. If you do want it, Hannah is next in line. She really wants this book. It's beautiful, especially when we're thinking so much about, you know, rainbows and beautiful bright colours leading into summer at the moment. This is absolutely ideal for all of your beautiful rainbow makes. There's so many great quilts in here. There's quilts, cushions, and mini projects as you go through. Lots of great techniques and ways of using your beautiful bright fabrics. I love it, Hannah's saying. The one that you want to make first is that one, isn't it? No, that one's lovely as well. That one. That's the one that Hannah wants to make. I love these. That's the 80s revival one. That's so cool. There's so many beautiful projects in there. That one was the one we liked with the batiks. There's only a few of those left, so I just wanted to just give you a quick update. It's only £12.99 and it's literally brand new in today. It's a really nice book. Nice gift for somebody. Right, coming up in the next hour, we are going to do a quick pit stop into as many early birds as we possibly can. The early bird, I know everybody, we always say the early bird catches the worm. Well, those sort of late risers, if you've just woken up with us, you're about to get bargain after bargain after bargain after bargain in the next hour. All of the early bird specials we compiled into one amazing show, so don't go anywhere. We've got some that are back in stock as well, coming up after this.
Hi, I'm John Cole Morgan, and I'm here to give you my top tips on how I go about enjoying my sewing experience. My first top tip, as everybody knows, rotary cutter safety. If you're not using it and it's not on the mat, that blade must be locked. Please be safe. My second top tip is always buy more fabric than you need. If you don't have it, it's always going to sell out. You're going to struggle to find it, and when you do, it's going to cost you a lot more than when you were going to buy it originally. So buy it all. You always regret the bit you didn't buy. My next tip is, positive or negative, always listen to the advice and opinions of other people. Even if you ignore them, everybody has a different perspective, everybody has a different take on things, and it might help you along the way. The next top tip I have is always buy the most expensive and the most useful and the most practical for your brain product that works for you. Some people prefer different things. Buy what works for you. And my last tip is, this is fun, this is enjoyable, and make sure you are enjoying it. Because there's nothing worse than carrying on with something and hating it and not enjoying it. You need to make sure that you're having fun. Those are my top tips and how it is that I enjoy my sewing experience. I hope they help you, because they have helped me. For more handy tips and demonstrations, make sure you watch us on our Freeview channel 74, Sky channel of 670. Otherwise, follow us on YouTube on Sewing Street, where you can catch up on past demonstrations and shows. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Hello there, I'm Debbie Shaw, and I would love you to join me on the first Monday of every single month for Sewing Street Surgery. Now, this is a dedicated hour where I answer your questions, and that could be questions about techniques, it could be questions about tools, it could be questions about new products, or maybe something that you've seen that you just don't understand. There's a lot of questions about tensions on sewing machines, and there's a lot of questions about working with different weights of fabrics. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask me, the easiest way to bring a question over to us is to go to our Facebook page and post your question on there. I will collate all of those questions throughout the week. If we need any new products for you, or if we need any new demonstrations, those will all be worked on leading up to that first Monday of the month. So do join me, Debbie Shaw, on Sewing Street Surgery on the first Monday.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you will see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hello there, I'm Debbie, and this is my brand new Sewing Room Secrets quilting book, which is available exclusively signed on Sewing Street right now. So if you haven't seen any of the shows or caught up on YouTube, let me give you a quick flick through, because in here I'm going to teach beginner sewers or beginner quilters all about quilting, different types of quilting, different techniques for quilting and for binding your quilts as well. But not necessarily quilts that go on a bed. There's a quilted Christmas stocking tutorial, there's a quilted placemat tutorial, a quilted storage hanger tutorial. So very simple achievable products for the beginner quilter to learn how to sew. So you can't buy this anywhere else at the moment. You certainly can't buy it anywhere else even on pre-order with a signed copy, but you can get hold of them right now on Sewing Street while we have the stock. You can order on the website, you can order on the phone lines. I do hope you enjoy it.
Hello, welcome back. How is everybody today? Thanks all so much for your company. Hannah's saying, do you know what, I'm all right, it's hay fever, you know, it's, you are making sense today, Hannah, you are. Hannah is loving your company today. Thanks for all of your messages coming through. It's brilliant that we've got the new email, finally. So Hannah's logged into it upstairs. If you do want to send in any messages this hour, then send them into studio@sewingstreet.com. It's only during the live show, although Hannah will pick them up the next day. So if there are any messages that come through, then yeah, we'll keep you updated with those. Oh, Hayley's also got access to that email, so she'll be able to have it all day, actually. Right, this is an exciting show. Hannah and I have asked to be able to do this because those of you that regularly watch our shows, you know that every morning, 8 a.m, we start the show with an early bird special, which is a very special price next to a product that might be new. It might be something that you love, might be something that we've chosen. It could be something that's sold very well. It could be, you know, for a number of reasons, we've picked something out as an early bird special where you get a reduction. And the first sort of couple of weeks, we're still learning, remember, we're still growing, we're still a new show, we're still a new channel, so we want your input. Normally with the early bird, it was on the web shop, and then we said, look, do you know what, just because I know a lot of these early birds sell out in the first showing, we're going to just say, look, they're for one day only. They are for one day only. But then I know a lot of people who have missed shows, who have asked about different ones and have said, can we still do it? Or if you've spotted some on the website, if they haven't been taken off, the shop, we've noticed and we've said, look, can we just do a bit of a showcase where we do as many early birds as possible, bring you all of the reductions, so it's a really special discounted hour that are on the web shop, and these will be, the ones that you see today, it will be the last time that you see them as an early bird. So Hayley's compiled them all off the website, put them in today's show, and then after this show, you might see them again, but it won't not be at an early bird price. So they might be bundled with something else, or they might be in a different way, but they won't be. These particular early birds from May will no longer be at an early bird special price. Okay, good luck, because so many of these are limited. Can we start with, right, let's go back and start with today's, and then this one has just been reordered back in for us. I'm very excited about the Hessian. Today's early bird is lovely. It really, really is. It's such a brilliant price point on fat quarters. You're getting 4 of your beautiful floral fat quarters, and I like the contrast that you've got the light background and the dark background. It makes it way less than £2 a fat quarter at £6.99. So absolutely take advantage of that. The colours are so, so pretty. The darker backgrounds are gorgeous. Look at the colours in that. And your Dixie prints have got a very sort of designer-esque feel. They are a lighter weight cotton, but if you do want to make, you know, bags or lots of projects, just use a lightweight interfacing. There's so many different things that you're going to be able to do with these. They are beautiful quality cotton, and it's just £6.99. This one is one I just want to open up so I can show you the size of a fat quarter, because we've got a couple of fat quarter packs actually this hour. And the colours on it are gorgeous. £6.99 for all 4 fat quarters. It is an early bird special today. £1.54? Sorry, £1.74 a fat quarter? Less than £2 a fat quarter. Unbelievably good value. That's what an early bird is. That is what an early bird is. Now, it's while stocks last, remember, only while stocks last. If you do want to check out of your basket multiple times this hour, which I suggest a lot of people will, don't worry, you won't have to pay the P&P again. You can check out on the website, you can check out on the phone line, and still come back in later this hour and make the most of other deals that we've got, and still only pay that one capped rate of £3.95 all day long. So, that's early bird number uno. Number 1, are you ready? Because we're going to keep bringing you these savings this hour. This sold out in the first showing within the first hour. Normally, we'll say, you know, this is an early bird for the morning, this is the early bird for the day, if you're watching on a replay. Nobody on the replay had a look in at this. Nobody who woke up past 9 o'clock had a look in at this one. If you got it, I didn't get a chance to get it, and I absolutely love working with Hessian. I think it's so beautiful. We made so many different bits and bobs for our wedding last year using Hessian, and I just think it's a really gorgeous little fat quarter bundle. It's saving £1. It's £7.99. All of these, as I say, sold out during the early bird when it launched. What day was it that this launched? Do you know? It was with Debbie. I remember it was with Debbie. It was the day that she launched her book. So it was a very, very busy day. It was a very, very exciting day. If you do want to make the most of them, you're getting 4 fat quarters. And look at that gorgeous Hessian. So Hessian, obviously you can make lots of different things. For my wedding, I made little drawstring bags that we had confetti in. I've seen lots of people who do them with favours. You could do it like that, or just nice little drawstring bags that you even fill with lavender. They're absolutely beautiful. Or I was looking on Pinterest, and there was somebody who made, because I had loads of Hessian left over from the wedding, I was looking at little projects that you can do, and I've seen people who made beautiful flowers as brooches, or for hats, or, you know, as embellishments on all sorts. So you do get a fat quarter size of your Hessian and all of these beautiful, beautiful natural fabrics. Look at this. Half a metre. Sorry, not half a metre, a fat quarter. And then your seeded, this is like it looks like vanilla. It's beautiful. And then you also have another fat quarter as well. There's so much, isn't there? There is a lot that you're getting for £7.99. And I must say, I absolutely love this kind of colour palette. You know, like Country Kitchen, Osnaburg. Speaking of Country Kitchen, those of you that have made, I know you're going to laugh at this, but they're like little garlic sacks that you put your garlic in. And it's, everyone, you know, have you seen it? It keeps it fresher for longer. You've probably seen it maybe in restaurants. I've seen them in like Italian and French restaurants where they have the garlic that's all in nice little Hessian style bags. Also, I made like bunting out of hessian for my wedding. So we had like a little bunting that had cards, printed cards on it, painted literally cards. So we hung that over like a crate, and there were loads of little buntings just all everywhere across tables and all sorts. But this would be lovely to do that with. £7.99. Like you say, Hannah, it has a very sort of country kitchen feel. If you collect any glass jars, you know, from relishes or jam jars or things like that, just collect a load of jars and just put a trim around the centre of your candle or on the top of your candle, on the top of your jar, and you can put little tea light candles in, or you could have them as put your pens and pencils and your stationery. They just jazz up, you know, all of your recycling. What have you been doing on your windowsill? Using old jars, taking cuttings of mint to start the rooting process. So then you can plant them out again. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. So you could decorate your little jars. They've got to stay on the window ledge a little while. So instead of just having old jars, you could just cover them with some hessian, which would look lovely. And also, if you were to have things like fruit bowls, or you can make things like that for the kitchen, or I'm thinking bread bowls, layer it up. They'd look really beautiful. You could have textural cushions even. They might not be able to be in the wash, but actually they'd be more of a decorative cushion. Loads that you can do with it. I'm really enjoying the sort of country kitchen sort of themed things, covering plant pots. What about having that as a bottom of a plant pot cover, Hannah? That'd be lovely as a plant pot cover. She loves the plant pot covers. It's brilliant value for money. It's sold out the first time that we had it. I think it's a nice little gift for somebody as well who likes sewing, who enjoys, you know, making different things for their home. The only one that we've managed to get back in stock. This was the only request that we had to get back in stock, if I'm being brutally honest. We did say, look, this is one that's sold out. We have to. If we're going to do this early bird special, I know everybody's going to want this one. Everything else, we'll try and get in, but we really wanted to bring this back at an early bird special. It's £7.99, and you're getting all 4 of these gorgeous natural fat quarters. Okay. I'll keep you updated on stock on that one, by the way. As I say, remember the first time this aired, the day that Debbie launched her book, it did sell out within an hour. So I'll keep you updated on stock. Right. Let's do the one that was on John's birthday. So it was a big day for Debbie when she launched her book. Obviously, John's birthday show was amazing last Friday. It was a 5-hour special. So, of course, they had to do something brilliant for the early bird to get everybody involved from the word go. And it was the micro-stitch tool. We're all talking about quilting at the moment and finishing maybe unfinished projects. If you started a patchwork top years ago and you're just getting around to quilting it and basting it and binding it, then this is going to be a really quick way of basting your quilt. So personally, I mean, it's up to you how you baste your quilt. I'm not here to tell you the way of doing it, but I know a lot of people use sprays. Personally, I find, of course, you need to use make sure you're in a well-ventilated area and, be aware that it's an aerosol. Another way of binding is hand tacking, or if you were to use safety pins, like the banana safety pins, whereas this is as quick as just pulling the trigger. That's the sound it makes. Don't try and find that sound, don't listen for that, but that's what I imagine it to be like. You know when you have like tags in your clothes when you buy them, and they have the little plastic sort of pellets, that's what this will release, little plastic tags that will not damage your fabric. They're so fine, they're the finest ones you can get, and it's £21.99. It comes with loads of refills. You can buy the extra nibs after a while. It will be back on the website. We will always be talking about this, but it won't be with the discount. If you do want to get it, if you've been umming and ahhing about it, it's the last chance to get it at that saving. Just £21.99. If you want to watch it back, I know that John demoed it back on his birthday last Friday. And Liam did actually. I did a show with our producer over at Jewellery Maker, our sister channel, Liam, and he came down. He's worked in the craft world for years as well, and he actually came on air and said, right, I want to do my special, and it was this. He loved this micro-stitch tool because if you've got your quilt sandwich, or if you're holding together parts on a toy, or if you're doing bag making, it isn't just necessarily for quilters. Loads that you can do with that, so that was his pick as well. Which one is it, Han? The starter. Oh, this is right. Okay. This is, so we've had John's birthday one, we had Debbie's, when we had Debbie's book launch. This is Hannah's favourite early bird ever. $16.99 with a comprehensive amount of goodies in here. In fact, 167 if my mind serves me right. Yep, 167 different bits and bobs. Shall we open it up and have a look? Now, Hannah told me off last time that I started going through. She says if you spend a minute on each of these, then that's over an hour. And that's where I was going towards. She says, do you know what I love? You've got your storage box, and it's like one of those posh boxes of chocolates where you've got layers and layers and layers. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Where do I start? I can't just mention a few things because it's all brilliant. So, whilst Joe's there, tape measure, cotton reels, bobbin. Oh yeah, sorry. He's got to go back to click the button to show you. There you go. Tape measure, cotton reels, bobbins, monofilament, elastic, quick and pick, more thread, more bobbins, loads in there. Also, let's go on to the second layer of the chocolate box, which is where my favourites are. You've got your little pin cushion with loads of pins in there. You've got your snaps, you've got your needle thread, you've got extra little hand sewing needles, elastic, you've got your lovely yarn, you've got machine needles, you've got more elastic, more threads, your thimble, your little clips, your safety pins, again, more machine needles, scissors, marking tool, that looks like a hero marker on the end of it. 6 of these left. 6 of these left. It's a 167-piece haberdashery set. Whether you're starting out, we've called it a starter, but actually on the front it says professional sewing kit. So, I mean, even once you've used all the bits and bobs, or if you want to take the bits and bobs out and just keep what you find very, very useful, like your buttons maybe, or your little embellishing crystals, or bits from your stash, your pins, it's really handy just to have them all in that nice, clear storage box. Now, we're very limited. That will sell out. It was a brilliant early bird. Okay. Have we got those, Joe? We haven't got them out, have we? Right, we've got 3 books for the price point of 2. You'll love to sew 3 for 2 on your books. If you want some inspiration, I think a lot of people who have been sewing during the lockdown, a lot of people have been sewing and sewing and sewing, and we get a bit of like writer's block where you're like, right, I'm out of ideas now. I don't know what to make. With the Love to Sew books, you get so many projects for brilliant value for money, and whether you're choosing just keeping one and gifting the other books, or whether you're thank you, Joe. He's just having a sift through himself. He's choosing which ones to do. You're right there, Joe.
Make sure the right one, please.
Thank you. Can't get this stuff, can you? Sorry, Joe. We love you. Hang on. Is one of these the vintage style gifts? This one I haven't opened it. It's literally still in all of its wrapper. Shall I open it? He just did the action of rip it all open. You know how I like to get into my packaging like that. Oh! £15.98. These would be lovely with today's early bird, actually, the fat quarters pack. And also, it'd be really nice with the natural one that we saw on Debbie's book launch. £15.98, and on this one you've got all of these beautiful, we were talking about makes for the kitchen. How about out of your natural, your Hessian style? That would be really lovely. And you could use lace or ribbon in the middle, or you could use just a strip of Hessian, couldn't you? There's so many really, oh, they'd look nice with Hessian and then little bows. And this is what I was thinking about with the bunting. I love the little cup. You could keep your pin cushions or your little cake, or that would be nice in maybe this one, today's early bird, this colourway. That'd be really pretty. I did see the bread basket as well. You've got quilts, you've got patchwork quilts in here. So much for your home. Oh, this is what I'm imagining. You know when I said for jazzing up your jars or jazzing up some little boxes? Just giving it all a new lease of life. I'm really into labelling everything at the moment. Oafs. Oafs. Eggs. Eggs in French. I text little Paul, by the way. I text, he's doing all well. He misses you all lots. He's going to be back soon, but he's learning Italian at the moment. So I went on to Google Translate and I sent him a huge paragraph all in Italian to test him. He wasn't very good. He says, I know that you said something about beer. You said something, I was like, nope. You said something about my knee. You said something about this. He was like, oh, I'm not doing too well with this Italian every day, am I? So that's just one of the books, by the way. You're getting 3 books, remember? You're also getting your Langham style. Do you read that as like Gangnam style? It's a Scandinavian. Not Gangnam style, no. Langham style. Dun, dun, dun. I can't even remember how it goes, can you? Oh, look. Quite folk arty, isn't it, as well, your Scandi style. So you have your notebook covers. Oh, that'd be nice. Do you know who'd like that? Alan in Liberty Prints. Notebook cover. Christmassy mates, table runners, kitchen sets. Oh, have you got your Thermalan? 2 layers in your oven gloves. And your patterns are in the back. That's 2 of 3 books. Let's have a look at the last one. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Hanging hearts. This is nice with your sort of Olsenberg or your Hessians. Or some denims, maybe. Did you get the heart denim? That's now sold out. Oh, the alphabet applique panel we did. I think there might be some still on the web, or some felt. We've got the alphabet applique panel tomorrow, actually. If you stay tuned tomorrow, there's so much that you can do. Oh, and they call it puppy love. I've got to stop. We have to pay royalties. Oh, with buttons. Great ways of using buttons. Little button hearts on the edge of wicker baskets. Anybody going for picnics? Your nice jugs. Your rustic romance. And all of your stitches, plus templates at the back. All 3 books for the price of 2. Last chance to get these books at that early bird special price. We'll have the books individually, or we'll have the books maybe as a bundle again, but not at that price. £15.98. This is your early bird roundup. Joe, I've got another bundle of books. I don't know. I think Joe was eating his breakfast, or could have been lunch. Could have been. He's eating his breakfast and his lunch. Brunch. Thank you. Oh, we were all good. He's got it all sorted. Thank you. So we've got patchwork bags, quilt covers and cozies. All these will look nice with your lovely colourways that we had with the potholders, and also sewing room accessories. This is going to be a popular one. So in here you've got 18 different patchwork bags, all different designs, small makeup pouches, little tote bags, picnic basket bags, using your strips. That would be nice for with your batiks, your barley pub, do. Dramatic duo. Mobile phone cases. That's you and Joe. Hexes. Rose windows. Uniquely you. Just for fun. £15.98. Oh, I do like that. Is that a nice big weekend bag? £5.98. So £15.98 to be able to get all 3 of your books. There's some nice bags in there. We've also got, look who this is. Whoop whoop. Shout out to our Debbie. £15.98. And Debbie, oh, there she is. There she is. Debbie has put together, we all know Debs, and she has got the most, I mean, she's fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant teacher. We love her. Hannah's just said, we love her. We've got some great different equipment and tips and techniques throughout. Do you talk about me like that? I hope you talk with love to other presenters like that. Just, I love Debbie. Love Debbie. I can't imagine Hannah saying that about me to anybody else. Oh, well, she's so annoying. She's just singing in my ear all the time. Oh, look. Oh, Hannah's anyone made you a mug rug yet? Mug hug. Little egg cozies, how cute are they? Caravan toaster cover. I do need to make one of those, actually, because Kieran, he doesn't like things out on the side. Doesn't even like a toaster out on the side. I do keep it on the side, but... Yeah, do you think toasters are ugly? Tablet sleeve. These are really lovely, aren't they? I always lose my sunglasses cases. I've always got sunglasses with no case. I've got them out today and I think I'm going to break those. And I am. Make myself a nice little case. I did look down because I was thinking I can't remember where it is that I've put them, in fact, and they're not in their case. Just needed to have a look. £15.98 for all of your lovely... these are designed for your quilted covers and cozies. Oh, look. Little loo roll cover. Chair back. Straighteners covers. Oh, what about with your thermolamp? A couple of layers of that. For your hair straighteners. Also, another one from Debbie. Another book from Debbie, this time for your sewing room. Oh, brilliant chance to revamp your sewing space. 15 lovely projects. We're in our teens now for this bundle. 3 books at a brilliant, 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 brilliant price. All of those different sewing cases, machine covers and mat, different bags with compartments for all your tools, a tool roll. You can use that as an art roll or a makeup roll. Or I mean, I love these chair storage as well. Never seen that before. Seam press, ironing cover. There's loads of machine covers, pin cushion. There's, again, 15 projects for just £15.98 for all of those. Sorry, remind me which one you just said. The blue. The beautiful blues. Whenever we do blue bundles, yeah, just shorten the time because I know we're short on time. When we do the blue bundles, it's always very, very popular. I think blue is like the nation's favourite colour, isn't it? It's the classic Pantone colour of the year, classic blue. It's £10.47. It's the world's favourite colour, Joe's saying. Gosh, that is a statement. According to Joe, it's the world's favourite colour. They're beautiful. £0.5 metre of each. That is a bold statement, Joe. Navy, beautiful coping, I believe. Skies and aquas, they're amazing. £0.5 metre of each. £3.49 saving. Remember, it's the last time to get this with that saving. And let's face it, we're always going to use this. We're always going to need it. If you manage to get the barley pops, I have to do it after saying barley pops. They would look beautiful with your batiks as well, with the Under the Sea range. Just £10.47 and you're getting £0.5 metre of each. Do you remember our backing show? If you're thinking of backing a quilt or making a modern rainbow patchwork quilt, just with solids, it works so, so well. I would think about potentially incorporating these into your modern rainbow patchwork quilts. This was one of the most popular early bird specials, actually, and it's the last time that we're going to be able to do it. Today, when we reloaded the sort of the graphics in, when we reloaded all of the early birds onto the website, most people have checked out on this before we even got to it. So obviously they'd all been early birds. We loaded them in today and put them on the website as we always do before the show. Lots of people already checked out on this one before we even brought to air. Be aware, it's just £10.47 for the last time. Da, da, da. We'll be able to bring these bundles back, but it'll be £3.49 more expensive. So it's almost like you're getting £0.5 metre for free, really, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. You are getting £0.5 metre for free. Okay, that's the only fabric bundle that we have by the £0.5 metre in the early bird specials, just so you know. Now we've got a really lovely little gift for people. Whether you're using these for yourself, whether you're sending them as a gift, you have it. You've got, let me, I don't know whether I can just open these. Yep, show you what you're getting. Your little pair of scissors with also your little scissor case, and they're really beautifully detailed as well. They almost look like solid silver. They're not, but they have that sort of feel, do you know what I mean? So you also have, for less than £10, bearing in mind, this is already a brilliant, brilliant price when you're looking at these lovely, lovely scissors. Okay, There is now only one left. There's already loads of you checked out. There's now only one left. If you want it, be quick. You do also have this really lovely little embroidery set with your needles, with your pins, with your safety clips, and another pair of scissors. You get all of that for less than £10. It is now the last one. Be quick. Be quick to check out. Stained glass window fabric panel, which I believe is one, oh, I'll do that in a bit, which is exclusive to us. Oh, this is nice. Really gorgeous, quick quilt. Whether you're going to use metallic threads or whether you're going to do a border around it, it is your stained glass window beautiful panel with lovely sort of mottled colours. I mean, that would, imagine if you were to actually sort of patchwork this together. Oh, gives you that sort of look and that feel. And up against a wall, this would look so dramatic and so beautiful, wouldn't it? £8.99. You're just fanning yourself, Joe. Yeah. £8.99. I love the texture. Can you see all the detail? Like that mottled effect on all the different colours. Just £8.99, and that's your stained glass window. It is exclusive to us. When was this on? It wasn't with me. This is the first time that I've seen this, but it's the last time that you can get it at that special price. I don't know what it will go back up to, but it's definitely worth making the most of that at £8.99, as it is the last time that we will have it. Okay, I like those big, bold, the black sort of outline and all of them is really dramatic, isn't it? Today's early bird, one of the most popular early birds, again, that we've had over a third of the stock, and we had a nice big quantity on this, is sold out. So if you do want today's early bird, you're getting 4 gorgeous fat quarters, all with these lovely floral prints, ditzy prints, dark backgrounds, light backgrounds, £6.99 for all 4. You can't go wrong. It makes it just £1.74 a fat quarter. Can you hear him? I wonder whether you could hear him at home. Joe running around, he's obviously changing the position of the cameras for us, as we've got no camera operators in here today. £6.99 for all 4 of your floral piece fat quarters. The ones, they're today's, remember. And then the ones that we've managed to get back in, this is the only early bird that we've managed to reorder and get back into stock, is this one. And I think this is the fastest selling early bird that we've had on Sewing Street ever. It sold within the first hour. For the quantity that we had, you're getting all of these beautiful natural fabrics, fat quarter of each of them, £7.99 with a saving. We've managed to get them back in. You've got your Hessian, you've almost got like, I don't know if it is Osnaburg, it's slightly heavier than that, but it's all your sort of natural, lovely fabrics for just £7.99. There's so many different makes that you're going to be able to make, whether it be sort of upcycling jars and adding in little white buttons or pieces of lace. I do love that sort of country kitchen feel to these, making little drawstring bags or making little bunting, yeah, or flowers. Okay. Sorry, did I just jump out my skin? Because Joe, this just... Oh! Sorry, there is the biggest spider ever. That is the biggest spider I've ever seen. I'm really, really sorry, but... Joe, yeah, I am going to have to just... Oh, I can't even walk past it. I'm really sorry. I don't know what I'm going to do with social distancing, but I think I'm going to cry if I... Oh, it's me! I think everyone... Sorry, let me move out the way. Right, I'm so sorry about that. I'm not scared of spiders at all, and it is huge. It's still behind there, but it's gone behind our screen. So we're gonna have to have like a panto moment of he's behind you if you see him, so that Joe can come and get him. This is a spider, by the way, that is literally the size of my hand. Do you know what I was saying about the sort of the wildlife at the moment during this lockdown? Oh, I saw a heron and I've seen it, got a tortoise, and that is definitely going to be added to the biggest and the strangest animals I've ever seen in lockdown. Where's he come from? Oh, right, sorry. He's there. Joe, you're going to have to come out. I'm so sorry. We're going to do the rose gold pincushion, which I wonder whether I can show you the camera. Oh, Joe, he is huge. The rose gold pincushion. Sorry, I have to just keep so calm. I can come up and do your job, yeah. Honestly, Hannah is the biggest thing you've ever seen ever. Okay, we've got the graphics for the pincushion. It's £6.99. It's the last time. Oh,
he's a big fella.
Did you hear Joe? He's a big fella. I really want you to see it because I'm really not being a little girl about this. It is. Can Joe just show you on the camera how big this spider is? Anyone who's scared of spiders, look away. Anyone who's scared of spiders, look away. But it's literally too good to not show you how. Leslie's saying I'd be the same. Leslie, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. £6.99. Yes, please, Han. Right, yeah, me and Hannah are gonna swap over. She's saying, sorry, I don't look great, but we're gonna swap over. We're gonna go to the still of the email, if that's okay. And Hannah is gonna come on and brave the spider. Isn't she a good egg? Right, me and Hannah are gonna just swap over.
I look a mess because I'm not normally down here, but I'm also don't know what's going on really, but I am okay with the spider, but it is looking at me quite a lot. So we got the rose gold pincushion. Last time is it a pincushion when it's a magnetic pin dish? Yeah, last time that we'll see it at an early bird price. Magnetic. Oh, I'm not very good with the cameras. I'm normally upstairs. Ooh, it's quite fun actually. It's very weird not being fed anything or not feeding anything. What's next? I do buttons. What? Which one? Oh! So this is the embroidery thread organiser. It fits 100 different embroidery threads. And you get 100 of your little cardboards. So you can be super organised and you can wrap them round. I'm not very good at where the camera is. You can wrap them round and then you can label them up with the colours. You also get a random selection of your DMC skeins, so 10 of them. And obviously you got the quality of the DMC and they're all colour fast as well, but you will get a random selection of colours to kind of get you going. But I know a lot of us, if we do embroidery, have these kind of in a big bowl and then you don't know where they are, and then they all get lost. So at least with the pot, you can start to organise them and actually use the colours you've got without having to buy them again. Nice. What's next? I need to put talk back in. Thanks. Sorry, ignore this. It's all very technical. This is so I can hear Vix. Oh, she's not very loud. Oh, hello. Now I can hear Vix upstairs, and I'm not going to... I'm okay with the spider. He is just having a nice little walk across the room, the spider. The thing is, no one else can see him at home because he's just above the shot. Ooh! We have a pre-cut bundle of Osnaburg. There is only 2 of these available. You're getting 1.5 meters, which is... I'm going to unfold it, which is loads. Joe can fold it back up later. You love it. So you're getting 1.5 meters. It's basically natural cotton, seeded cotton, so you can see, which you won't be able to because we've only got Joe as cameraman. But it looks like Magnum ice cream, I always think. Oh yeah, quality ice cream. There you go. Yeah, you can use it for your toiles. It's slightly softer than your kind of calico. That's nice and folded for Joe, isn't it? Of course. No, please rush me, rush me. Everyone at home doesn't want to see me for that long, so. These are your Dixie quilt labels, exclusive to us. Saving at £2. I think these are great value anyway, with or without the saving, because it isn't something you're going to use straight away. It's something you're going to have in your stash, and it's actually lasting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 projects. Yeah, there is attention to details on them, isn't there? So like these ones I'd use maybe in your bag making projects or kind of homeware and things like that, because you're still proud of it. Like we always talk about quilt labels, but it's nice to label anything you're making. I'm so sorry about the camera angles, Joe. But I think, yeah, if you've got an embroidery machine, or you could mark them with your kind of pen. Yeah, oh yeah, where are they? That's what I was looking. These ones as well. Oh, is that what we're doing next? Of course. So how many do we get in this? Oh. These. Oh, it's you and a friend. So I could get this, so then Vix, you could have one as well. Thanks. Yeah, like price comparison wise, do go look for these elsewhere because they're much more expensive. But basically you're getting a lovely little sharp pair of scissors. Personally, I'd use these for EPP and keep them in my bag. Yeah, even in the garden. Yesterday I was out in the hammock. Don't know if I'd EPP in a hammock. That seems quite dangerous. But at least out on the lawn. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what? I was also thinking, like, everyone... I've been doing EPP and then people have been asking me about it and doing them little kits for, like, Christmas. So making a little bag and then slowly getting little accessory bits together. I thought that'd be a nice little idea. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love these. No, I haven't seen these. Well, hi, Joe. Joe's come out to do the camera, so I feel like I can talk to him. I feel like I'm in a school play. You know, when someone waves at their mum. Hi, Cat. We're all socially distancing. Everyone's kind of seeing why is Hannah on air. Do you know what? You know, we were talking about the denims this morning. You're getting 4 fat quarters, doing the cathedral windows with the denim and then having the tartan. Because it would be really textural, like, you can't feel them, but this one's a lot softer than the other ones in there. yeah, this is kind of like, it's not, I don't know if, well, it's kind of a brushed cotton. So I'm thinking all of them would be, like, this would be great for the lining of something, actually. I love all the colours in them, but with the denims especially. Oh, I've got hay fever. Oh, the little tubs. Oh, yeah, your little buttons. You're getting 2, aren't you? I'm just going to get the open one as well. My tongue stuck out then. I forget I'm on telly. Yeah. You're getting 2 for early bird price, saving £3. And they also all attach on top. Like, oh, yeah. We do, because you end up with loads of bits and bobs. So I'm now having fun with them, stacking away. And then you could stack, how on top? Yeah, you take the top off and you release the next little. So if you do jewellery making or bead embroidery. Oh, I like them. I think I'm quite scared. The ladybird buttons. See, now you'd still be down here if there were. The spider's just sat in the corner watching me. It is actually, okay, so it's not as big as Vix thinks it is. It's quite big. It's about half the size of my palm. But it is quite menacing, but it's definitely more scared of us. So it's trying to get out the corner of the room and watching the show, which, is it advisable when I'm on? Was it? I never had it. Was this when you and Liam were on? I think these are really cute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're doing stretched into a hoop, the clocks you can make with the mechanism. I shouldn't be on it. And then you could have a ladybird at each time slot. Or like making little garden accessories, like a box to keep seeds in with kind of an interfacing in. Yeah. Yeah, or making a little girl's cardigan if you're doing knitting. Oh, yeah. My camera work is terrible. How did... Oh, yeah, I'm really into hairbands. Also, will you please not judge my hair today? I actually woke up late. Poor like... Oh, the pen! No, are you asking? I haven't got my sponge to do my demo, and I dropped the pen. Just going to grab the pen. These are the pens. Oh, it's very difficult, this presenting malarkey. I actually look like a cave woman today. So, I've dressed, just so everyone knows, I've dressed so nice every day up to now. I know, and it's going to be on YouTube forever, and I look like this hair. Oh, thank you so much, but I feel like... Oh, don't you worry. I'll read them later to make myself feel better that this is on YouTube forever. I can't demo it because I don't have my little sponge, but it's nice to see, and it's the tip of the pen. So you can make kind of clear markings. Oh gosh, I'm all fingers and thumbs. If you're drawing like faces on soft toys and things, the clearer the point, the easier it is to do. Because within a millimetre, you can kind of change the character of what you're drawing. Do you know what I mean? It's quite important. And then it's just get a wet sponge and wipe off. I kind of prefer them to the heat ones because the heat ones disappear. Yeah, on the aircon. Or I wrote Laura, who's floor manager at JM, I wrote a birthday card in an air erasable pen because I forgot. And the message disappeared a few weeks later. Yeah, recycling. What? No, we haven't done this. So this, I'm just going to start because I like it. I haven't been able to colour it yet because you guys have it downstairs. So this is our exclusive panel. I'm going to hold it all up. Oh, a minute. This is our exclusive panel. Oh, I folded it the wrong way. My gosh, this is difficult. And then brand new pens. These do not need to be ironed afterwards. You just leave them for 12 hours and then they're permanent. I won't have time to colour, will I? I'll do some colouring after the show. What is on tomorrow? It's me producing, you won't have to see me, and it's John presenting, and we've got fabrics and panels, 8 a.m. 9 a.m. we've got all season trousers with Jenny Mercury, not very good at reading names, and 10 a.m. creative grids, the Dresden ruler. I know John is very excited about the Dresden ruler. Oh yeah, and we've got a picture of Jenny modelling, lovely, they match the shed, her trousers there that we're going to be making tomorrow. Absolutely love them. They're up in the office and we're all like asking to wear them. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry about my hair and what I look like today. Well, no, the spider's still watching us from the corner. He's a great fan of Sewing Street, but... Oh, no, it's fine. Oh, I'll see you soon. Oh, I've got to say bye for blooming Vix. She's saying, yeah, I'll see you on Thursday. Well, I'll be here tomorrow, but you won't see me. And I might brush my hair. Okay, bye.